live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center in Homestead, Florida. This is the 2021 Superkarts USA Winter Series on the EKN Radio Network.
Live from the Team Cooper Tire Tower here on the EKN Radio Network, it is round 3 main events for the Superkarts USA Winter Series from AMR Homestead-Miami Motorplex, presented by MG Tires. My name is Xander Clements, filling in for an absent Rob Howden here this weekend. Rob, we miss you down at the EKN booth. Well, maybe not a ton. David Cole and I are having a great time, though, but we do miss you, Rob, and I'm sure everyone in the paddock would be happy to see your face again as well. But in the meantime, we've got racing to talk about. The main event for the Micro Swift class is getting set to get underway here shortly. Again, the Micro Swift division presented by D&J Intermodal Services. Now, with the way that the penalties have fallen and everything getting shuffled all around, Augustus Toniolo looks like he's going to be starting on the pole. Isaac Malka will start second. Keelan Harvick third. Alessandro Truccio fourth. Gian Matteo Rousseau fifth. Ethan Tovo sixth. Ashton Woon seventh. Tristan Murphy eighth. Benja Fernandez ninth. And Jaime Garcia 10th. One of the bigger fields for the Micro Swift class at 27 total drivers making their way around the final corner. It is going to be a heck of a show. The fence is lined. The first main event of the afternoon, the Brazilian Toniolo and the kid from Ohio, Isaac Malcutt, looking good. We'll get the green flag down to the first corner. Good start for Augustus Toniolo. Isaac Malcutt slots into second. Couple drivers collected in a first turn mashup. Let's see if they can all get back going. Another going around over in turn number 2. Your leaders, though, have made it. At least the leading group of about 6 or 7. It is Toniolo, then Malcutt under fire from Keelan Harvick for second. Harvick is through. Keelan Harvick up to P2. He was the first driver to the checkered flag in the pre-final, with the penalty putting him back to P3. Alessandro Truccio is fourth. Looks to me like Ethan Tovo has gone to 5th. Rousseau is 6th. Yellow flags will probably come this time down to turn 1 while they get the last few drivers in the midfield that were involved in that incident back going. I don't know if there were any big contenders that were starting high up in the grid that got involved in that. Possibly one of the Tovo brothers involved. But up front, Augustus Toniolo with a nice little lead. Back to Keelan Harvick here at the end of lap 1. Yellow flags waving, so no passing allowed in the first corner. Four-driver breakaway here. 20 laps. A long main event for the Micro Swift drivers around AMR Homestead-Miami Motorplex. And there is still a lot of time for those a little further back in the pack to work their way forward. For Augustus Toniolo, it is a 4 to 5 kart length advantage back to Keelan Harvick. Malcutt, Truccio, Ethan Tovo is there. Looks like our other Tovo brother involved was Jackson Tovo. He's fallen down. David Ramirez also involved. And I believe Benja Fernandez as well in the 18 sent to the rear of the field. Unfortunate run for all of those drivers starting here down by turn number 1. Behind Truccio, again, it's Ethan Tovo in the 13, Gian Matteo Rousseau. Then a little gap, but not much, back to Ashton Woon in the 89, Tristan Murphy in the 11, Faithan Saradplan and Hayden Wise with a good start each, making up a couple spots. They are 9th and 10th. Meanwhile, Sandro Truccio's gone into third on Isaac Malcutt, and that was down by the first corner. So Malcutt now runs right behind the Paralin driver and has boxed up that group of 4, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and they trail the leading duo by about 6 or 7 tenths of a second. We'll see if Keelan Harvick decides to hook up with Augustus Toniolo or if he decides to go for the lead. He is 2 karts back, but gaining on the RPG Cosmic driver. The Brazilian, again, has to jump through a number of hoops to get over here, coming all the way from south of the border, south of the equator. And he makes it out here to AMR Motorplex in Miami, and we are so happy to see him, and I'm sure he's happy right now to be leading and making it all worthwhile. Out in front, 2 tenths of a second back to Keelan Harvick, who was just about a 1.5 tenths quicker last time by. The youth movement that we have seen moving up early and earlier in the junior and senior classes has trickled down here to micro as well. We've got a number of 6-year-olds turning 7 this year that are competing in this division, and it's so cool to see all of them as small as they are, as young as they are, to have the maturity and experience to be able to wheel these karts right to the front. Down the front stretch this time, Toniolo going to get some help from Keelan Harvick towards the first corner. I don't think he's going to go for the lead on it, and he will not. He will stay. No, indeed. Keelan Harvick to the lead with a move down in the first corner. Augustus Toniolo back to second. I thought Harvick might decide to work with him. Went right down the inside of the first corner. So Harvick now out in front and a couple kart lengths to boot. I think Isaac Malcutt made a similar move to get by Alessandro Truscio. Dropped Truscio back 3 spots. Tovo and Rousseau able to get by as well. Although Rousseau looking inside, he gets by on Ethan Tovo for 4th. Isaac Malcutt once again finding himself in a spot where he's got to run down a leading group on his own. The difference, they are not really hooked up right now, so it's a prime opportunity for the AKT Kart Republic driver. P3 for the 72, about a second back from your race leader, Keelan Harvick. Augustus Toniolo right there, 4/10 back from Harvick. And last time by, again, they both gave up a little bit of time, but so did Malcutt, all passing down in turn number 1. Now, Toniolo closing up to Harvick. We'll see if he decides to work with him. If he pushes him, I think they'll continue to break away. Right now, they definitely are a little quicker than everybody else on the racetrack. Speaking of quicker, Gianmatteo Rousseau to the inside on Ethan Tovo. He takes away the 4th spot. Once again, they are battling back and forth, allowing Malcutt to get further away. Sandro Truscio running right behind them. P6 for Sandro at the moment, and a little gap back to Ashton Woon. Let's see what Augustus Toniolo opts to do down the front straightaway. He has closed back up to the bumper of Keelan Harvick. Will he go to the lead? He's going to push him at least a little bit down to turn number 1. As they go through the first corner, it is Harvick and Toniolo, so they are going to hook up here, at least for now. Toniolo looking like he's happy to push him, make it a 2-kart fight out in front. It's going to leave Isaac Malcutt on an island on his own there in 3rd. And then back behind him, we mentioned Ethan Tovo. He's gone back on by on Gianmatteo Rousseau again. The Nitro Kart drivers swapping that 4th spot back and forth every other lap, and it's just not making it any bit easier to close back up to Isaac Malcutt for that final spot on the podium. Yellow flags waving down by turn number 1. Something behind your leaders. Looks like we have a little crash over in the first corner. It will stay single and a local yellow for now. And it cleared back up. So we are all good down by the first corner. Out front with Toniolo hooking up with Keelan Harvick. That's about dashed any chance Isaac Malcutt had of getting up to the leaders. He has now been caught by Gianmatteo Rousseau, and he has been shuffled back to 4th, Rousseau to 3rd. Sandro Truscio has also gone by Ethan Tovo to get back into the top 5. So Sandro P5, Tovo P6, Ashton Woon P7, Faith and Saradpun running just ahead, or was the driver involved. So Faith and Saradpun in the number 67 Kart Republic AKT entry. Unfortunately, the driver collected down in the first corner incident last time by. Rough run here for Faith, and he was running comfortably inside the top 10 Now he'll drop all the way to the end of the order. Sadly for, again, Saradpun. This time by, though, halfway coming, cross flags in the air. They're already black flagging a couple drivers at the back of the field, so we'll continue to do that. Clear a path here for Keelan Harvick and Augustus Toniolo. What a start to the year for Keelan Harvick here to be able to sweep opening weekend in Micro. And then, of course, to come out with the championship lead based off all the pre-final points he was able to get as well. Now he's got a solid pre-final with a third-place result on the point standings. And he comes in here today leading the points over Max Christie by a good margin, who is not available to make it to this round. The next driver was Augustus Toniolo, 90 points back. And with the performance in the pre-final with Toniolo getting the benefit, Harvick still needs to perform here in this main event to extend that lead, not let it get too close for Championship Sunday tomorrow. The drivers in position to really make up some ground overall are Ethan Tovo, Sandro Truscio, Gian Matteo Rousseau, and especially Isaac Malcutt. If he can have a good run here, it could really catapult him back into this top 5 title fight. I don't think he'll be able to get in the fight for the championship, but he's only about 100 points back from really moving, 150 back really from moving as high as third. Nine laps to go, though. No major changes for your field. As we look at the lap times last time by, it's another 3/10 advantage for Keelan Harvick and Augustus Toniolo over Gian Matteo Rousseau, Alessandro Truscio. Again, all of them clocking in laps that are just about low to mid 53-second bracket. Isaac Malcutt losing some time. That time is with Truscio going by him. But they still have Gian Matteo Rousseau within striking distance, so they can close back up there to make it a 4-car podium fight once again. Just Truscio not too quick in the early stages of this main event. He is starting to come into his own here as we work 8 laps to go this time by. Keelan Harvick leading every lap so far here after getting to the lead early on from P3 on the grid. The number 62 Hunt Brothers Pizza Nitro Kart leads in Homestead. Seven laps to go at the stripe here. Keelan Harvick and Augustus Toniolo. That gap about 3.5 to 4 seconds back to Gian Matteo Rousseau. Rousseau does have to worry, though, because Alessandro Truscio just hit his best lap of the session, 53.001, closing in 3.5 tenths back from the driver in third. So this battle for P3 far from over. Malcutt coming along for the ride with him. And still not too far back as Ethan Tovo there in the 13, who could be a bit of a sleeper if they really battle too much. Here comes Truscio, big run to turn 5. Doesn't go there. That's where he made a lot of his passes in the pre-final. He stays in line, showing a bit of patience so far for the youngster. Again, Truscio, one of the younger drivers on the grid. And it just adds to how impressive it is that he's able to run near the front of this Micro Swift class. Up front, we have actually had a change for the lead. Augustus Toniolo went by. Now Harvick back by in turn 12. Here comes Keelan Harvick again, so he'll continue leading laps. That's important, again, just in terms of sending confidence points to himself and taking it away from Toniolo. He does not want Toniolo to get out in front and think that he can be faster, and Harvick would be afraid of him. This is about sending a message right now. With a 4-second gap, they are just trying to measure each other up. Toniolo back on the inside there in 4. Now to turn 5. Harvick, will he go down the inside? He'll wait. Toniolo holds the lead and defends ever so slightly. Behind them, Truscio just went by Gian Matteo Rousseau. So Alessandro Truscio now onto the podium. Gian Matteo back to 4th. Malcutt, 4 karts back in 5th. Oh, what a move there by Keelan Harvick through turns 10 and 11. Crossed him over, got back by Toniolo. Harvick back to the lead once again. 3 karts out in front. Augustus Toniolo second, They can battle all they want right now because that gap is still 3 seconds and they've got 5 to go. But if they really make any kind of a mistake, or if this battling slows them down anymore, your group behind them, led by Sandro Truchot, will get there. Now that pass that Harvick made has given him a little gap. 2 or 3 kart lengths back to Augustus. So let's see if it will hold. Truchot taking a look back to Gianmatteo Rousseau. We'll see if Rousseau pulls out. He does not. He's going to try and work with him. They both can see that gap is shrinking slightly to the top 2, but they won't do much damage this lap because they have gotten back single file. 4 laps to go this time by. Keelan Harvick, 3 karts out in front over Augustus Toniolo, nearly 4 as they rocket down the back straightaway. Out of the final corner, Keelan Harvick, 52.79. The fastest lap of the session, laid back at the halfway mark at lap 9. Fastest personal laps for Alessandro Truchot and Gianmatteo Rousseau. They both were actually still about 1/10 to 2/10 quicker than your leaders, which is good news for them. If that pace can hold and they battle again for the top spot, they will have an outside chance to get there through turn 5. 1 kart length back from Keelan to Augustus. And again, this time by 3 go. The clock ticking down. We've seen them trade the lead just a little bit here in this latter stage of the main event. Will it be enough for Toniolo to get there again? It looks like he's right there. Toniolo to the bumper, down the back straightaway. Is he going to be able to close up, go to the inside in 12? He's going to wait on it. He'll stay in line. 3 laps to go here in DNJ Intermodal Services Micro Swift. Give another advantage there to Truchot and Rousseau. They were able to knock it down at 2.5 seconds. Toniolo has finally caught back up to Harvick. When will he make the move back for the lead? Will it be turn 5? He pulls out, looking, slide job, locks the brakes up. Toniolo loses time. Harvick with a great crossover. He'll pull that gap up to 5 kart lengths now as they go through the carousel, and that mistake is not what Toniolo needed. It looks like Harvick might have a little edge on raw pace. Took him 3 laps to cut down a gap, half of that, to get back to him. Now, he's only going to have 2 to even come close to getting there. Augustus Toniolo, back by 4/10, 2 laps to go this time by. Keelan Harvick, just trying to bring it home. Smart racing so far from the number 62 as they go down to turn 1. Truchot still holding 3rd, just over Gianmatteo Rousseau. Isaac Malcutt has dropped even farther behind. He has dropped behind Ethan Tovo for the 5th spot, so outside the top 5 for Isaac Malcutt in the 172. Ashton Woon in 7th. Hayden Wise is 8th. Tristan Murphy and Rocco Simone, your top 10. Now let's see the gap again out of turn 6. It's definitely closed back up, but it's not enough for him to get there this time. He's going to really need to be on it on this final lap. There goes Rousseau on Truchot. Takes over 3rd in turn 7. But Truchot does a good job tucking back in. Only 2 kart lengths the difference between the 2 of them. So a battle for the win and a battle for 3rd. Coming down to 1 more lap here in DNJ Intermodal Services Micro Swift. Keelan Harvick trying to hang on. Gives up a 10th last time by. He's still got 4/10 back to Toniolo at the line. Just needs to put a good lap together. 1 more good lap around AMR Homestead-Miami Motorplex. And Keelan Harvick is going to come away with another round victory. Again, just needs to bring it solidly through. A perfect weekend to start with the pre-final win on Saturday, round 1. Came back after finishing 3rd in the pre-final on Sunday. Wins the main again. And now, Harvick looking to go for a 3-peat of main events in Micro Swift as they battle for 3rd. Still, Truchot can't get by. Rousseau holds his own. And while Augustus Toniolo's given it everything he's got to close back up, that little mistake going for the lead with 3 to go is going to cost him. Keelan Harvick is going to go 3 for 3 in Micro Swift main events in Homestead. Augustus Toniolo will have to settle for 2nd. Gianmatteo Rousseau is 3rd. Alessandro Truchot finishes 4th. Ethan Tovo 5th. Isaac Malcutt 6th. Ashton Woon 7th. Tristan Murphy 8th. Now back down to 9th at the line as Hayden Wise gets him. Murphy 9th, Wise 8th, and Rocco Simone rounding the top 10. We'll take a short break. When we come back, KA100 Junior action live here on eKartingNews.com.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Allenberg Racing Schools, Parolin USA, Kart Sport North America, and Cooper Tires. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and IAME, and we're your source for MG and Avinco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. We take pride in our professional approach and our positive attitude. Let us build a custom race program for you. Give us a call at 513-421-4463 or check us out online at trinitykartinggroup.com. Now back to the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
PK Sports KA100 Junior onto the racetrack now. Chase Hand led the majority of the laps of the pre-final. Sebastian Weldon and Colin Lloyd just locked up with him, pulled away from the pack. We'll see if they will be able to do the same thing again. Christian Miles on the race factory entry worked his way to fourth, but the bus had already left without him, and he was not able to run down the leading group on his own. Beckham Jasir with some speed near the end worked his way to fifth. Luke Welcome starts sixth. Cole Kleck had an impressive drive through the top 10, ending seventh. Salim Hanna, Jesus Vasquez Jr., Rowan Gill. That's your front top 10, and we are underway down to turn one. Good and clean start for everyone through the first corner. Sebastian Weldon going to lose at least one spot there to Colin Lloyd. Now a couple, as it looks like Beckham Jasir has gone forward. Weldon way back, all the way to fifth here at the end of the first lap, and under more pressure from Cole Kleck as they go to turn 5. Weldon will hold on for now. Kleck back to 6th. Luke Welcome 7th. Great start again for Miles to jump down from 4th. He'll hold on to 4th as Beckham Jasir works his way from P5 to P3. So that'll put Sebastian Weldon on the back foot, but a great start here for Chase Hand and Colin Lloyd. They'll come to complete lap 1. 22 laps on the board for the KA Junior final. Let's see if the disconnect will happen once again here. Sebastian Weldon right now is the biggest gap to make up to hold on to that lead pack and keep it tied together from 5th up to P4. Beckham Jasir getting some help from Christian Miles for now into the carousel. Miles looked like he was thinking of going for it. I did not do. Still P4 as they come out of turn 9. Down the stretch. Good exit out of turn 11 for Beckham Jasir. Good exit as well for Sebastian Weldon. Meanwhile, Cole Kleck knows that Luke Welcome is trying to find a way by him because they both have lost time. Here comes Welcome for 6th. Turn 1, looking inside. Got unable to get by. Cole Kleck will hold 6th. Welcome still P7, but at least Kleck got a good exit there. They're not too far back as the top 5 are coming together. Colin Lloyd has since gone to the lead. Chase Hand back to 2nd. And, of course, Beckham Jasir, Christian Miles right there, 3rd and 4th. Sebastian Weldon right there as well. But the T1D Racing entry got to the lead right before the start of this lap. Good run for Colin Lloyd. Again, qualifying on the pole and hanging right there in the pre-final. He now leads the main event, looking to put his 2nd lap lead in the books, put us down to 19 laps remaining here at AMR Motorplex. And they are going to challenge. Again, it looks like Jasir was thinking about going to the inside on Chase Hand down the front straightaway. Hand knows it. He moved over a little bit there to turn 1. No change. So they stay in line, and a little gap now for Colin Lloyd beginning to form. Half a second back to Chase Hand there in 2nd, and Christian Miles again worrying about Sebastian Weldon as well as they come out of turn 4. Miles looking inside. Is he going to get there on Beckham Jasir? They go door to door. Weldon gives him a little shove again, and now Miles going to try to go with the inside of the carousel. Can't do it. Here comes Sebastian Weldon to his bumper again out of turn 9. They are bottlenecking a little bit, losing ground to Chase Hand in the move, and no change in position. Top 5 stay the same. Cole Kleck, again, an impressive run for the Texan. He is 6th. Luke Welcome is 7th. Big gap from Welcome back to Ivagoras Papasavas in 8th. Chase Hand's now been shuffled back. It is now going to be Beckham Jasir into 2nd. He leads the charge. The gap up to Colin Lloyd, 1 second. Again, 2 Homestead locals going head-to-head on lap times now. 1/10 of a second the better for Colin Lloyd last time by. But again, Beckham Jasir was having to make his move around Chase Hand. Now Hand going to lose the 3rd spot. There goes the Race Factory entry of Christian Miles back in turn 4. Hand knows that he's got pressure still coming as Sebastian Weldon is still right there. Welcome has since gone by Cole Kleck. Now Luke Welcome going to work on Sebastian through turn 7 and 8. So it's all going to rest on Beckham Jasir's shoulder to reunite the group. He's got to put his head down, log some really quick lap times if he wants to catch the T1D Racing entry of Colin Lloyd. Out of the final turn here, 16 laps to go. And what an improvement over the last couple seasons that the SCUSA Winter Series has come to Homestead-Miami here for Colin Lloyd. Getting into the Mini Swift class, struggled, found himself near the back of the grid. Then last year, his debut in KA100 Junior ran okay, got into the top 10 a little bit, and now, 1 year later, his 2nd full season in the KA Junior class, and he is leading a main event and pulling away at that. Pulled another 2/10 over Jasir last time by. Good move by Sebastian Weldon to get by Chase Hand there in turn 5. So he's through. Hand going to go right back on him in 9. Gets by. Luke Welcome trying to go anywhere. He can't find a hole. Chase Hand holds 4th, but now they're going to lose some more time to the top 3. Again, Colin Lloyd doing everything he has to do right now. Beckham Jasir last time by. Only half a tenth slower. He was still a good bit slower, though, the previous lap, so that gap opens up a little more. 1.3 seconds now for Colin Lloyd back to the field. And it looked like this in qualifying a lot, too. Colin Lloyd continued to up the pace even when he didn't need to. He's been so consistent here today. So impressive. Chase Hand now getting passed by Luke Welcome back in turn 4. Is slipping even further back. Cole Kleck is on him. Evagoras Papasavas and his crew with Jesus Vasquez in tow are really not that far off the pace of the leaders either. If they battle more in front of them, they might get a chance to fight into the top 5. So now as they run, Lloyd, Jasir, Miles into 3rd, Weldon into 4th. Welcome is 5th. Chase Hand with a run. Now he'll look to the inside to get back into the top 5. On Luke Welcome. He gets it in turn 1. Good move by Chase Hand to go back forward. Will Welcome answer in turn 4? He does not. Problems for Cole Kleck in turn 3. It looks like a chain failure, maybe over the curving on the inside or outside. He has slammed the wheel, and a frustrated Cole Kleck on what could have been a new career high for him in KA100 Junior competition ends on the sidelines at the field of turn number 4. A rough end of the day. It was so promising for Cole Kleck. Unfortunately, that will be it for him in the main event here. We are closing in on the halfway marker. 13 laps to go this time by. Race leader Colin Lloyd at the line, 50.114. Beckham Jasir, 50.36. Nobody even close to the times of the 816. 1.9 seconds now out in front for Colin Lloyd. Twelve laps to go this time by. Lloyd again pulling away. Christian Miles, though, closing in on Beckham Jasir. Last time by, Miles set his best, 50.123. Right when he needs to here. If there's anyone that could catch him, it looks like it might be Miles. To turn 4, will he go to the inside? Not this time. Christian Miles remains in 3rd, right behind Beckham Jasir, but he's tucking, looking, maybe inside to 5. He does not. Jasir holds on. Miles knows he's a little quicker. Now looking outside, inside to the carousel, stays behind him. Sebastian Weldon is still there. Chase Hand, having gotten back by Luke Welcome, has since pulled away a little bit. Welcome fading in 6th, and Evagoras Papasavas there alone in 7th. Here we go down the back straightaway. Can Miles find a hold of the inside this time? Turn 12. No, sir. He'll stay behind him. Lost a little bit of ground that time, following Beckham Jasir around. Christian Miles did. I don't know if he knows how much they're losing with the two of them lined up the way they are, but he was doing good early. Now he's going to look inside for 2nd. Christian Miles up to P2 in turn 4. Chase Hand on the march back forward. Does not go by Weldon. Weldon stuffs his teammate deep there in turn 5. Now here comes Hand as well. Sebastian Weldon, Chase Hand, both getting by Beckham Jasir. So he'll lose 3 spots in 2 corners overall. And Christian Miles now leads the train, trying to run down race leader Colin Lloyd. Good battling here for fourth and third. Chase Hand finally getting by there on Sebastian Weldon. Had a little run coming out of turn 6 and was able to do it. So Chase Hand back onto the podium. Couple kart lengths back up to Christian Miles in the Race Factory kart. Now let's see what Miles can run. He's got a clean lap, clean track in front of him. Lloyd last time by, 50.33. Miles with a little bit of battling ends up losing some time still. So we'll have to wait. Maybe you can get one more good lap in as they go down from turns 1 and 2 and 3. Now back to turn 4. Here comes Weldon back on Chase Hand. To the inside, through for third. Beckham Jasier now to the outside looking, opens the door. Luke Welcome not going to be able to take advantage. And Jasier, a little love tap there to Chase Hand. Now gets one from Welcome. They all stack up, but it is still good. No harm, no foul up front. Christian Miles, 4 kart lengths now over Sebastian Weldon and company, second and third. And the entire back straightaway, the lead for Colin Lloyd. What a breakout day here for this kid. The 816 T1D Racing entry just has 8 laps remaining and a SCUSA Winter Series win in the works. What a drive. 4.6 seconds and growing out in front over the field. For the first time in a couple laps, no passes being made here in your lead pack. From Chase Hand on backwards, they have stayed the same. Now, as I say that, Chase Hand sends it on turn 9 on Sebastian Weldon, gets through for third. Right as they were looking to maybe close back up to Christian Miles, that gap will open back up again. Half a second from Christian Miles back to Chase Hand, Sebastian Weldon, Beckham Jasier, and Luke Welcome. Your top 6, 7 to go here in Colin Lloyd's lead, 4.6 seconds. Chase Hand doing a good job here to close that gap back up to Christian Miles. Black flags being given for a couple drivers at the back of the field as Colin Lloyd is already catching up to the tail end. But it's a 5-car, nearly 6-car fight here for second and third. The final 2 spots on the podium. Here comes Hand. Big run to Christian Miles down to turn number 1. Did he get him down the inside? Not that time. He stays in line. Out of 3, over to turn 4 here. Christian Miles knows this race is coming to a close, and that's where he's going to need to stay at the front of this pack because it could break up at any moment. He's already defending to the inside here as if this is the lead group. They've got no chance without any kind of massive failure for Colin Lloyd to back up to them. So this battle for second is going to get treated like a battle for the win. Chase Hand trying, can't get through in turn 9. Gives him a little love tap. They both get sideways but save it. And through turn 11, Christian Miles leads this group. 4 or 5 more laps. He's going to have to hold on. Weldon looking, trying to get to the inside of Chase Hand. Can't do it there into turn 12. Here they go down to turn 1. Christian Miles can't block any longer. Chase Hand, Sebastian Weldon. Beckham Jasier is through. Miles loses 3 spots there in the first 2 corners, and Luke Welcome is right there as well. Into turn 4. Back on the inside. Miles tries to get on Jasier. Locks it up, bogs it down. Welcome will give him a little love tap, and into turn 5. Here he goes again. This time just defending from Luke Welcome. Evagoras Papasavas loving it. He's bringing his Paralin with him into the mix. He'll make it 6 cars battling for second and third, and there goes Welcome in turn 9. He gets by Miles there. Four laps to go this time by for Colin Lloyd. Chase Hand still a kart length out in front over Sebastian Weldon. Couple kart lengths now back to Beckham Jasier. Christian Miles trying to fight back on Luke Welcome for 5th. And he overshoots it. Evagoras Papasavas gets by both of them in turn 1. So great move by Evagoras. Miles ends up still 6th. Welcome is now 7th. And Chase Hand getting pushed by Sebastian Weldon away from the group. He realizes he's got a better shot of staying on the podium. If he works with him for now, maybe tries to pass him in a lap or two. 3 to go this time by. And again, we haven't talked about this kid really as much as his performance right now deserves, but Colin Lloyd doing a fantastic job out in front. Every lap is within 1 to 2 tenths of the previous one. A 50.20 this time. Let's see what he hits the next time by. 50.107. So just a tenth quicker and holding right near that overall best lap he had of a 49.99. 3 to go here for the 816. Ever since Sebastian Wilden went to work pushing Chase Hand, no one else has really been able to close back up to them and bring the fight for second or for third. Beckham Jasir is being forced to watch. And again, Evagoras Pavasavas, Christian Miles, and Luke Welcome traded it up so hard the previous couple laps. They had probably heated up their tires even more so than the rest of the field. 2 to go now here for Colin Lloyd. And again, that gap, let's take a look at it. It was 6.6 seconds last time. It is now 6.1. So it must have been 6.0 seconds back there to Chase Hand. But it's a good bit, quite a bit to be pulled over by just raw pace because Chase Hand and Sebastian Wilden, they've battled a little bit. They are still losing 1/10 to 2/10 per lap to your race leader. Knowing now with 2 laps to go, and again, over 6 seconds up to Colin Lloyd, that the best they'll do is second. Chase Hand went on the defensive that time into turn number 5. So a lap and a half to go. Is Weldon going to be able to find a way by? Will Beckham Jasir get into the mix? We're going to find out here shortly. White flag coming. 1 more lap around for Colin Lloyd and a first career national victory in the works here for the SCUSA Winter Series. Here comes Chase Hand and company. Sebastian Weldon right there. Down to turn 1. Will he try and make a move to the inside? Into the very first corner. It does not look like it. He stays behind him. Beckham Jasir still right there. Half a second back from Weldon to Jasir. Hand cuts off the inside. Starts to block. Back Weldon up a little bit. Evagoras Papasavas and Christian Miles are still trying to close in on these guys as well. Through 5. Can Weldon get the crossover done? No, sir. Chase Hand blocking beautifully into the carousel. Covers it off nice. Will he cover off turn 9? He does. 1 more passing zone to go. But before that, your leader, Colin Lloyd. What a performance. It's a first career national win for Colin Lloyd at the SCUSA Winter Series. And behind him, Chase Hand will hold on to second. Sebastian Weldon will finish third. Beckham Jasir fourth. At the line, Christian Miles will take the last spot in the top 5, just edging out Evagoras Papasavas. Luke Welcome in 7th. Austin Jurors, big mover, up 14 spots here in the main event to come from the back of the grid to go to 8th. Salim Hanna 9th, and Jesus Vasquez Jr. rounding the top 10. KA Junior, presented by PK Sports, is all wrapped up. KA100 Senior at 31 total drivers will be up next for their main event. Here live from Homestead-Miami Speedway, it's the EKN Radio Network.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Allenberg Racing Schools, Parolin USA, Kart Sport North America, and Cooper Tires.
Are you ready to make the jump from karting to race cars? Then check out the top-rated Allenberg Racing Schools at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, led by former Formula One World Championship driver Alan Berg. Whether you're starting a racing career, looking for a new adventure, honing your driving skills, or seeking an unforgettable experience driving the world-famous corkscrew, our team of professional coaches and proven curriculum will provide you with everything you need to drive our race cars to the limit. Programs in 2021 include 1-day, 2-day, and 3-day schools. Successful graduates earn their certification to apply for a SCCA racing license. For schedules and more information, check out our website, allenbergracingsschools.com. or call us at 888-722-3220. Custom group and corporate programs also available.
In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Now back to the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Back now for KA100 Senior's main event. Arias Duke Medjan walked away with ease in the pre-final. When you do something like that, when you dominate early on in the day and then they get the chance to get right back next to you, you can bet they're going to try and be aggressive on this start. Here we go down to turn number one. They are, oh my goodness, lots of crashing back in the field. Everybody checked up way too hard. We're going to go green, and that was wild. Duke Medjan with a good jump there through turn number one. Brandon Lemke into second. Hannah Greenemeyer slots into third. Everyone makes it through for the most part. One driver, looks like two, maybe turned around over in turns 1 and 2. Big lead already here for Arias Duke Medjan. No passing inside the top 5, though. They all just want to try and hold on to his coattails, close back up to him. Driver to keep your eye on. Thomas Annunziata trying to work his way back forward after an issue, potentially a broken throttle cable or something in the pre-final that sent him all the way into the scale line early. He had to start tail into the field. Had to really make some evasive action to watch out for the checking up on that start of this one. But down the front straightaway, Brandon Lemke, Hannah Greenemeyer, second and third. They've worked together the entire first weekend to try and fight with Arias Duke Medjan. Now they're going to have to do it again here in weekend number 2. They want to close the gap to the Kart Republic driver out of turn 4. Big gap, maybe 5 or 6 car lengths already. A lap and a half into the main event. And Arias Duke Medjan out in front looking for a clean sweep, a perfect day here in KA Senior. Leading every lap of the pre-final and trying to do the same here in the final. Looking back through your field here as it's really getting hairy outside the top 5, really outside the top 10. 3-card group here, second, third, and fourth. Brandon Lemke, Hannah Greenemeyer, Nolan Allison. Then it's going to be Aiden Levy in the Team Felon Tony cart. Gia Cicero is 6th. Connor Ferris is 7th. Blake Nash battling with Leo Colavita there for 8th, just got through. Nicolavita in 9th. Ty Wettengel is 10th. Now that gap is slowly increasing from Arias Duke-Medjen back to Brandon Lemke, but not, I don't think, as much by the rate that it did in the pre-final. And Lemke knows that he was hopping out of the seat there out of turn 4. Might be getting a little bit excited, hoping that maybe this time around he can be the one to run Duke-Medjen back down. Unlike the pre-final, flip the script. We'll take a look at the times this time. They should be getting close to the point where the cold tire war is about over, and it's really just about raw pace with the kart performing as good as it can. Now, Greenemeyer wants to go for second. Lemke sees her, gonna let her go through, and Nolan Allison will come with her. Right as it looked like they were starting to roll, Brandon Lemke now gonna get shuffled to 4th. So let's see what Hannah Greenemeyer can do out in front of the group. Greenemeyer, Allison, Lemke, Levy, Cicero. And again, Connor Ferris, Blake Nash, not terribly far back from the pack. So the big test will be what Greenemeyer can do this time by. That gap to Duke-Medjen, massive for this early in the race, but we've seen big gaps get run down before. Duke-Medjen had a good gap in the X30 Senior main event for round number 1. He got reeled back in all the way at the end, and then vice versa. He was reeling in a gap in round number 2. Talked with Arias a little bit earlier on this weekend. Of course, made the switch over to the Comet Racing Engines power plants, and he's been really happy with the support, with the power thus far. RPG, of course, they have Alexander Vincent with the AVP motors for all of their in-house team members, and they've always been solid, but right now the Comet Power Kart Republic combo for Arias Duke-Medjen working smoothly. 49.96 last time, 50.0 for Greenemeyer with the pass. Let's see what Greenemeyer can do now. She's not getting any help from Nolan Allison, but she is looking decent through the last corner. 49.7 for Duke-Medjen, 49.8 for Hannah Greenemeyer. Pulled 2/10 over Nolan Allison, still lost 1/10 of a second to Arias Duke-Medjen. Again, not much more you can really do if you're Hannah Greenemeyer, Nolan Allison, or Brandon Lemke. They are trying everything they can to work together to push, to close up to Arias Duke-Medjen. The problem is Duke-Medjen just finds another bit of speed. He had a 49.5 last time by. That's 2/10 of a second quicker than what Allison and Lemke did in the toe. The good news, at least for Allison and Greenemeyer and Lemke working together, they are pulling away from Aiden Levy and Gia Cicero, so that's allowing them to at least make it just 3 karts battling for second, third, and fourth. But we might see a read of what we saw last session with Colin Lloyd dominating in KA Junior. Now Arias Duke-Medjen dominating here in KA Senior and pulling away early on in the main event with no signs being showed of him slowing down whatsoever. Let's take a look, though, at the driver who had to start dead last here for this main, Thomas Annunziata. Up 12 positions already, trying to make it a few more as they update when they come across the line. He is inside the top 20, now up 13 spots, up to 16th on the racetrack. Just cut out to Tyler Ferris, got by him. Now going to go by Greg Campos in the PK Sports entry, overshoots it a little though, and he's going to lose a spot to Ferris also. So a little mistake from Thomas Annunziata right as he was getting into the top 15. He'll go back to 16th on Ferris there in turn 9. Has to run back to Campos once again. Here comes Nolan Allison for second. Hannah Greenemeyer slips back to third. Nolan Allison to P2. Aiden Levy started to pull back away from Gia Cicero, and with the passes being made here, with Brandon Lemke going by Greenemeyer this time, he is closing back up just a little bit. Let's see with Lemke lined up behind Nolan Allison what they can do. I don't know if they'll be quick enough that they'll be able to pull away from Hannah Greenemeyer, but she led for a little bit. Now Allison gets the lead. Lemke led on the early laps. All three of them have tried just about every formation possible to try and link, hook up, and run down Arias Duke-Medjin, and none of them as quick as Arias Duke-Medjin is all by himself. Looking back here to Thomas Annunziata. Again, the update up to 14th. Trying to run down Luis Felipe Aguilar. With the pace he's got, he's probably could get up to about 11th, maybe to 10th. And that's if he's able to maintain it and potentially dial it up a little more. Here he goes on Aguilar. Big run. Annunziata not going to go to the inside in the final turn. He'll follow him for a moment. But here he goes down to turn one. Thomas Annunziata, another spot. Got him through the first corner. Oh, problems in turn 5. Greg Campos got in a little bit too deep. Looked like he got there into Ardiles. Spun him around in the middle of the racetrack, and now Ardiles on the outside of turn 5. And that's going to do it for him. Looks like it may have popped the chain off as well. Here comes Connor Ferris to the inside of Gia Cicero in turn 1. He is through. So Andres Ardiles there in the 992 getting shuffled to the end of the train. And again, he was Andres just taking the corner normally. Greg Campos got in a little bit too hot, got into him. Here comes Brandon Lemke for second. Going to slide down the inside in turn 12. Take over that spot on Nolan Allison. They know that Arias Duke-Medjin is all but out of reach here at this point, so it'll be a battle between the three of them for who gets to stand next to him on the podium in second. Again, Aiden Levy is right there. Every other lap he can kind of put it together to match second, third, and fourth. Just not able to do that every single time, and that's what hurts him. The little slide there in turn 5, a little curve hit in turn number 9 that ends up awkward. And it just keeps him about 7 to 8 tenths back from this group's second, third, and fourth. Ty Wettengel starting to close up now on Blake Nash for 8th, so that might be a little battle here soon. Riley Can running just ahead of a couple of Mike Doty racing entries. Thomas Annunziata got by Tyler Ferris, then had an issue, fell behind him, now is back ahead, back right behind him again. But his progress may about stall around 13th or 14th. It's Leo Colavita and Dylan Beckwith that are 12th and 11th. They're running lap times with the can that are about half a second slower than Thomas Annunziata, if Annunziata can put it together, but he's still got quite a bit of time to make up if he wants to get there, as he now goes by Tyler Ferris, signals to work forward and to try to go and catch Colavita, Beckwith, and Can. Oh, massive impact here on the front straightaway. Two drivers just came together hard. This was a hard impact, And we have had, this was near the back of the field. The yellow flag's flying now. Arias Duke Medjin coming on by, and it looks like we may go double yellow. Double yellow flags being shown, so full course caution on the racetrack. So here we go. This is going to completely shake up our field. One of the drivers involved was the Extreme Action Park entry, the number 909. And that was bad. That was a really nasty crash. So Arias Duke Medjin going to bring the field slowly together. Bendix Thomer and I believe the 936. So we'll see what we got here with the double yellow out. 6 laps remaining, going to be 5 to go this time. Still waiting on the rest of the field to catch up, and we don't know if we'll roll the medical team out. The officials just checking it out at the moment. The track is cleared up. And here we go. We are going to roll the medical team. I think that may call this one again early. So again, a gnarly crash here on the front straightaway involving Bendix Thomer, the driver they are checking out under the Extreme Racing Team entry. Arias Duke Medjin parading the field around here under caution for the second time today in KA100 Senior. We've got a full course yellow. Happened around the same amount of laps remaining in the pre-final, and it caused them to go checker early. Now in the final, I'm sure they're going to try and run them all laps. But with the medical team coming out here to check out Bendix Thomer, I don't imagine we are going to be going back green. But Aaron Likens does not have the checkered flag out yet, so we stay under yellow here. The officials for the Superkarts USA team, again, checking out the driver, making trying to slowly take a look because he hit the barrier hard and then was slouched over the motor. And the red flag has come out, so they have been told to go into the pit lane, into the scales. And that will more than likely call it. I'm not going to go ahead and officially announce that just yet while the medical team is checking things out here. But Arias Duke Medjin, if the race does end early, will be declared the winner. They'll go back to a previous lap. So with the shuffling they were having between Nolan Allison, Brandon Lemke, and Hannah Greenemeyer, that may determine where they end up, second, third, and fourth. But all of them were in a battle back and forth depending on what lap we go back to. But I have to imagine that'll probably close us off here. 4 laps remaining by the time we finally got it all, and we're going to go ahead and clear the racetrack out. With that in mind, we'll take a quick commercial break here off the EKN Radio Network, give you updates when they come. But for the moment, we'd like to send it down from the Team Cooper Tire Tower and have a message from our partners.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Allenberg Racing Schools, Parolin USA, Kart Sport North America, and Cooper Tires.
Located in Mooresville, North Carolina, on-site at GoPro Motorplex, Kart Sport North America features over 6,000 square feet of retail space. Along with being the official race team and distributor for the Kart Republic chassis, they offer full retail sales, kart service and storage, and products from the top brands in the sport, such as CZ Chain, Talon sprockets, SKF bearings, and Prisma tire gauges. If you want to take your racing to the next level, they also offer driver training and coaching programs available trackside at GoPro Motorplex. They have a massive inventory, so head to their online store at kartsportna.com to get same-day shipping of the parts and components that you need. While you're there, check out their used section of karts, engines, parts, and accessories. Kart Sport North America. Top quality products, winning brands, and professional driver development services.
Leading Edge Motorsports is the industry answer to winning in karting. At the helm is industry veteran Greg Bell, who has orchestrated the success of many drivers dating back to the mid-1990s. Most recently, Leading Edge Motorsports and Greg Bell helped guide Danny Formel to victory at both the Rock the Rio and the Superkarts USA Super Nationals 23. Based in Lodi, California, Leading Edge Motorsports is the Western importer for IP karting, which includes the Praga and Formula K chassis brands. Leading Edge Motorsports is already looking forward to the 2021 season, which begins with the Challenge of the Americas, the premier winter series on the West Coast under the Rock Cup USA banner. Leading Edge Motorsports is also eyeing the Florida Winter Tour and several other programs. Arrive and drive services to kart preparation and driver coaching are all available under the LEM tent throughout 2021. Greg Bell has been building racing engines for over 20 years, and he's excited with the continuing growth of his new Mega Power race motor building program. It doesn't matter what color your chassis is, choose Mega Power to get to the front. For more information, click over to leadingedgemotorsports.com and find them on Facebook. At Leading Edge Motorsports, winning never gets old. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and IAME, and we're your source for MG and Avinco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. We take pride in our professional approach and our positive attitude. Let us build a custom race program for you. Give us a call at 513-421-4463 or check us out online at trinitykartinggroup.com.
Are you ready to make the jump from karting to race cars? Then check out the top-rated Allenberg Racing Schools at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, led by former Formula One World Championship driver Alan Berg. Whether you're starting a racing career, looking for a new adventure, honing your driving skills, or seeking an unforgettable experience driving the world-famous corkscrew, our team of professional coaches and proven curriculum will provide you with everything you need to drive our race cars to the limit. Programs in 2021 include 1-day, 2-day, and 3-day schools. Successful graduates earn their certification to apply for a SCCA racing license. For schedules and more information, check out our website, allenbergracingschools.com, or call us at 888-722-3220. Custom group and corporate programs also available.
In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, Tillett seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Now back to the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Welcome back here to Homestead-Miami, live from the Team Cooper Tire Tower. This weekend's broadcast presented by the Allenberg Racing Schools, Kart Sport North America, and Parolin USA. Quick update, our KA100 Senior final did end under red flag conditions with 5 laps remaining. Arias Duke Medjin declared the race winner. We'll get you the full results available online very soon. In the meantime, though, the Mini Swift division presented by Nitro Kart is going to be next up here on the racetrack as they make their way around turn number 9. By the stripe here, Jensen Burnett, Oliver Weldon looking good for the green. We'll get it. Green flag down to turn number 1. We are underway here for Nitro Kart Mini Swift. 20 laps on the boards. Burnett the leader, Weldon second, now back to third, trying to fight his way through. Good start actually for Weldon to the lead out of turn 4. Burnett down to second. Battling for P3, it's going to be Sebastian Garzone holding that spot out of turn number 5. Then it's Christian Quijano, Enzo Vidmontien. Where is Matias Orwela, the points leader, who had a rough run in the pre-final? He is closing up now just right behind Carson Walters. 4-kart breakaway, nearly make it 5 as Enzo Vidmontien is on his way in the Bennick. Out front, Oliver Weldon leading lap number 1 in the JC Karting Cosmic. Here comes Sebastian Garzone. Around he goes in the final turn. Garzone trying to get by. Orwela had to go way wide to the inside to try and avoid him. He just lost a ton of time also. What a bummer for Sebastian Garzone. And again, the bad luck for Matias Orwela continues. Not at all what he wanted to see. Let's see where he's shaking out now. Deep in the pack once again. Orwela looked like he was just starting to make his way forward. Looks like he's still okay. Not losing a ton of time in the exchange, but definitely didn't get to gain anything on Carson Walters and company. And the leaders have gotten further away now avoiding the spin. So Weldon now with a big lead. The same for Jensen Burnett. Enzo Vidmontien is up to third. Then it's going to be Luis Umana there in fourth. Then the Tony Kart of Diego Ardiles in the 168 is fifth. Braden Zerves is sixth. Asher Ockstein seventh. Carson Walters eighth. Matias Orwela ninth. Vivek Canthan is 10th. Into turn 4. There goes Ockstein on the inside of Braden Zerves. He's got it. Orwela also made the same move on Carson Walters. So move him to 8th, move Ockstein to 6th. And Orwela now working Braden Zerves, looking inside to turn 7. He'll force his way through. Matias Orwela up another spot. Braden Zerves still under pressure from Carson Walters. They go side by side at turn 9 through turn 10. Zerves jumping the outside curbs. Heavy there for Braden Zerves. He'll lose another 2, maybe 3 more spots. Here comes another freight train trying to get by, and they shuffle all behind him. He'll hang on there in the 109, all the way down to 10th. I believe it was actually Christian Quijano who may have been the driver that had an issue early along with another one of the Paralympians. So not a great start for Paralympian USA. Beyond the Canadian Jensen Burnett, he's trying to chase down St. Petersburg native Oliver Weldon. Oliver, of course, saw Sebastian get that big win back last month in the KA Junior class, and Oliver's moved up to mini. He's got another year of eligibility left in him if he wants to stay in it for one more season, but right now, looking pretty good out in front. Burnett second, Vidmontien third, Umana fourth, and again, P5 is that Tony Kart of Diego Ardiles, but now up to sixth. And Matias Orwela, who has been by and large the fastest driver in the entire SCUSA Winter Series mini division almost every single session. He has 4.22 seconds to make up to race leader Oliver Weldon if he wants to get there. That's still a ton, but there's a lot of time left. 16 laps to go. Oliver Weldon leading here out of turn 4. Now we've got a battle for 5th. It looks like already on the defensive is going to be Diego Ardiles trying to hold Orwela back. Orwela can't cross him up out of 6th. And up front, Vidmontien just got by Jensen Burnett for 2nd. So Enzo Vidmontien moving forward. Jensen Burnett still 3rd. Comfortable gap to Luis Umana. Let's see what Orwela can do down the backstretch. Looking inside, P5. Matias Orwela is through in turn 12. So again, a good recovery for Matias Orwela. The downside, he's 4.8 seconds back from race leader Oliver Weldon. We'll see how quickly he can start dropping those lap times. 15 laps to go here in the Mini Swift division presented by Nitro Kart. Out of turn 5 for Oliver Weldon. Enzo Vidmontien, Jensen Burnett, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Gap to Luis Umana is a little over a second. Orwela still having to fight here as again, Ardiles not wanting to go down and out without one. Asher Ockstein shuffling there as well. Carson Walters also. For Orwela, he's only got 2 kart lengths, so he's still not out of the dark just yet. He needs to put together a really good lap to break away from this group here. Let's see what he can do out of turn 12. Get a good launch. Get to turn 1, get to a technical section of the racetrack without these long straightaways. Try to break that draft back to Diego Ardiles in 6th. That time by, the driver going purple was Enzo Vidmontien, 52.11. He just got right up to the rear bumper of Oliver Weldon in the braking zone for turn 5. Jensen Burnett coming on the way as well. Only a 10th off the pace of Vidmontien. Both of them 2 3/10 clear of the race leader. So this one still far from over. Even if Orwela cannot get there, it is heating up amongst your top 3. And Luis Umana could get into the mix if they battle enough to make it 4. Out of the final turn here, we'll put now another lap complete. This one, lap 7 in the books. 52.48 for Oliver Weldon. 52.307, Enzo Vidmontien. Into turn 4. He's right there again. Won't make the pass. Vidmontien just holding staying in line. Down to turn 5. Now he peeks out, looking inside. No, sir. It just stays back in line. He tucks in. Jensen Burnett closing in. Luis Umana is coming. The longer Vidmontien waits, the more opportunity Matias Orjuela will get to lay down some heaters. He also picked off 2/10 last time by. Might be going a little bit better this time. He is about 4.5 seconds back from the majority of that group there up front. Let's see what the gap looks like this time. He has pulled ways away from Carson Walters and company out of the final turn. Weldon still the leader now. Vidmontien just went by there in 12. So Enzo Vidmontien finally getting through. It cost them some time. And Matias Orjuela, fastest man on the racetrack, 52.114. Knocked 6.5 tenths off the leaders last time by. Again, if you're Matias Orjuela, all that you can hope for is that Oliver Weldon starts to throw haymakers right back on Enzo Vidmontien. But he's not doing that just yet. He is pushing him. Jensen Burnett, not the best exit out of turn 5. Weldon, you're looking inside, back to the lead. Oliver Weldon in turn 8. This is exactly what Jensen Burnett needs to stay in the mix. Exactly what Luis Umana needs to close up to the top 3. And, of course, exactly what championship point leader Matias Orjuela is hoping for. Down the backstretch, Vidmontien pushing into 12, stays in line. Oliver Weldon leads another lap here at Homestead. Halfway signal coming this time by. Vidmontien back to the inside in turn 4. Got him. Enzo Vidmontien to the lead once again. Weldon looking. Vidmontien not going to cover it off into 5. He'll let them stay, give them the opportunity to go down the inside. They choose not to. So Enzo Vidmontien holding on. Oliver Weldon still second. Again, third Jensen Burnett. Fourth Luis Umana. Only a couple kart lengths between them. And Matias Orjuela went all the way back outside the top 15. Somewhere around 17th or 19th with the way he got shuffled in the pre-final. Drove back up to 10th. Had a kind of slow start here to this final with the outside lane. Besides Weldon really going backwards. And now, halfway in, halfway home, he is 5th, reeling in the leaders lap after lap. Let's see this time, 52.095, 2/10 quicker than Enzo Vidmontien. 4 seconds the gap now, was at 1.5.4. But Vidmontien trying to set sail. He's got a little cushion now. 2 kart lengths back to Oliver Weldon. As for Jensen Burnett, he's going to have to worry about Luis Umana pretty soon. Umana right on the bumper out of turn 6. A little bit of momentum for the Team Montoya driver. Does he go to the inside? He does. 7, 8, clear. Luis Umana onto the provisional podium. Oliver Weldon pulled right back up to Enzo Vidmontien, but did not get a good launch onto the back straightaway. 1 kart length between them. 11 laps complete, 9 to go. That time by Matias Orjuela, 52.301. He did close, but only 1/10 of a second. He needs more shuffling at the front. He needs another couple laps of back and forth passing and battling to really bring him into the mix. Eight laps to go here in Mini Swift, presented by Nitro Kart. 3.5 tenths here between Enzo Vidmontien and Oliver Weldon. 3.5 tenths from Weldon back to Luis Umana. Jensen Burnett, half a second back. Orjuela that time, 52.15 or 139, 2/10 quicker. He is still not enough to be able to reel him in on his own. He might have a shot at getting to the back of this group if Jensen Burnett begins to fade a little bit more. Luis Umana trying to come into his own, closing the gap here to Oliver Weldon and Enzo Vidmontien, but he's needing maybe about another 0.5 a lap to close up to Weldon's bumper and really contend for the win. He's got a little toe that's keeping him close, But Enzo Vidmontien looks like he's pulled another kart length and a half out over Oliver Weldon. 7 to go this time. 13 complete in the Mini Swift main event. Enzo Vidmontien going purple that time by 52.092, 52.014 for Orwela. He'll take that fast lap honor right back. But again, that will hold at a 3.7 second gap. Only 2 seconds up the road at Jensen Burnett, though. If he continues to push, he might be able to leapfrog, get it into Jensen Burnett's draft when he gets about a 2 to 2.5 seconds back, and then leapfrog from him up to the next, and so on. So it could work out a little bit in his favor that his Paralympic teammate is dropping off the leading group, because right now they are not passing nearly enough for Orwela to get onto the podium. 6 laps to go this time by Enzo Vidmontien, the leader by 2 kart lengths over Oliver Weldon as they come down the back straightaway. Yellow flags being displayed, a local yellow down by turn number 1 here. Looks like it's all cleared up, but that was a back marker. The leaders are definitely getting dangerously close here to some of the lap traffic. The SCUSA officials doing a fantastic job getting them out of the way as much as they can. But the driver that was off was your leader, Enzo Vidmontien, turn 1. Out! That was the leader, and it looks like a chain issue for Enzo Vidmontien or something. He has pulled it off to the infield. That is absolutely heartbreaking for the 195. He was undoubtedly the fastest or second fastest driver, just set his best lap of the session last time by. And now Vidmontien is in the infield on the sidelines with just 5 laps to go. What a shake-up here in this one, and it checked up the leaders as well. Oliver Weldon backed up a little bit as soon as Vidmontien hit the curb. Luis Umana closing in on him, and now Matias Orwela is only 2.8 seconds back with 5 to go. This could get really interesting, really fast here if Oliver Weldon and Luis Umana start to shuffle. Jensen Burnett might get another shot. You can tell Orwela is probably going to get a little bit of drafting help from Burnett this time by. He should be close enough in these final couple laps to at least get to third or to battle for it. But if they battle for the lead, all bets are off, and it could really change up once again. And this is a never-give-up kind of drive here from the championship leader, trying to secure that Mini Swift Division title. He came close to it in the Winter Series last season, just came up a little bit short. Now down the backstretch, Oliver Weldon, 2 kart lengths to Luis Umana. With no draft in front, Umana should pull right up to the rear bumper by the time they get to turn number 1 if he gets a good launch to the final turn. He gets a decent one. 4 to go. That time by another 3/10, nearly 4/10 given up to Matias Orwela. The gap is less than 2.5 seconds. 6/10 back from Jensen Burnett. Again, if they lose 3/10 or 4/10 in a single corner from a pass, and that pass happens a couple times, it could really bring 3rd and 4th back into it. Burnett now only a car length ahead of Orwela. Matias Orwela was all the way down in 19th in the pre-final. Started this one 10th. Was 5.5 seconds back from the leaders at one point. Less than 2.5 seconds back now. He's about to get his way into a challenge for the podium. Right onto Canadian Jensen Burnett's rear bumper down the backstretch. Orwela got the toe, looking. He'll push him through turn 12. Again, teammates under the Paralympic USA banner. But here he comes down the inside on the front straightaway. Matias Orwela for 3rd to turn number 1. He's got him. Matias Orwela through to P3. Luis Umana still only a kart length back from Oliver Weldon, trying to get a little bit closer, trying to get close enough where he can really fight with him. If he does, again, Orwela just needs to get within a second to start getting some drafting help, but they're running low on time. 2 to go this time by. Double sticks going in the air for Oliver Weldon. Can the St. Petersburg native hold on for a first career SCUSA Winter Series mini victory? This, again, he has one more year of eligibility in this Mini Swift class if he opts to stay down in it. But if he wins the title, I could very well see him wanting to move up to junior next year and join his older brother, Sebastian. 2 laps to go. Oliver Weldon, Luis Umana, and right there into 3rd, Matias Orwela. 1.9 seconds back. Last time by, 2.5 tenths quicker than the race leader. Umana that time through turn 4, still at about a kart length to 2 kart lengths bubble back from Oliver Weldon. Weldon under the JC Karting Cosmic banner. They spend a lot of time here at Homestead at AMR Motorplex training for moments like this when you get into these last 2 lap scenarios to back up your corners. Get that good launch and exit, so even if you go a little bit slower, the guy behind you has to wait on you to put the power down. It gives you that 1 to 2 kart length buffer, and then they can't get back to you by the time you get to the braking zone for the next corner. Out of the last turn, white flag coming. One more lap around for Oliver Weldon. He takes a look over his shoulder. No need to defend. Luis Umana is not close enough in turn 1. They go through 1, now 2, turn 3, back to turn 4. Another passing opportunity. Umana is going to be too far back to go there. Turn 5 is the longest braking zone on the racetrack. A complete 180-degree corner, and then you have to exit kind of narrow as you go to switch back to the left-hand side of the racetrack for your apex following. They get through there through 6. Still 3 car lengths for Oliver Weldon. Again, the son of late IndyCar driver and Indy 500 race winner, multi-time Dan Weldon. His older brother, Sebastian Weldon, has already won here at Homestead, and now Oliver is trying to join him. 1 class below, 1 age group below. Down the backstretch, Umana will not get there. Oliver Weldon is going to win round 3 in Mini Swift. Luis Umana finishes second, and with the fastest lap of the race, cutting the gap down to 1.4 seconds at the checkered flag. Matias Oruela never give up, and he ends up on the box after one of the roughest days I've seen him have in a very long time. His teammate Jensen Burnett finishes 4th, Sebastian Garzone 5th, Carson Walters 6th, Asher Augstein 7th, Diego Ardiles 8th, Stephen Miller 9th, up 13 spots. Stephen Miller, one of the hard chargers here in this one for sure. I believe he should get the hard charger award, and Braden Zerbs just at the end there losing a little bit of time, and it allows Vivek Canthan to hold on to 10th. So that does it for Nitro Kart Mini Swift. Next up should be our Pro Shifter and Master Shifter classes presented by PSL Karting. We'll take a moment here to speak with our partners and then come back live from the Team Cooper Tire Tower here at Homestead-Miami.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Allenberg Racing Schools, Parolin USA, Kart Sport North America, and Cooper Tires.
Located in Mooresville, North Carolina, on-site at GoPro Motorplex, Kart Sport North America features over 6,000 square feet of retail space. Along with being the official race team and distributor for the Kart Republic chassis, they offer full retail sales, kart service and storage, and products from the top brands in the sport such as CZ Chain, Talon Sprockets, SKF Bearings, and Prisma Tire Gauges. If you want to take your racing to the next level, they also offer driver training and coaching programs available trackside at GoPro Motorplex. They have a massive inventory, so head to their online store at kartsportna.com to get same-day shipping of the parts and components that you need. While you're there, check out their used section of karts, engines, parts, and accessories. Kart Sport North America. Top quality products, winning brands, and professional driver development services.
Leading Edge Motorsports is the industry answer to winning in karting. At the helm is industry veteran Greg Bell, who has orchestrated the success of many drivers dating back to the mid-1990s. Most recently, Leading Edge Motorsports and Greg Bell helped guide Danny Formel to victory at both the Rock the Rio and the Superkarts USA Super Nationals 23. Based in Lodi, California, Leading Edge Motorsports is the Western importer for IP karting, which includes the Praga and Formula K chassis brands. Leading Edge Motorsports is already looking forward to the 2021 season, which begins with the Challenge of the Americas, the premier winter series on the West Coast under the Rock Cup USA banner. Leading Edge Motorsports is also eyeing the Florida Winter Tour and several other programs. Arrive and drive services to kart preparation and driver coaching are all available under the LEM tent throughout 2021. Greg Bell has been building racing engines for over 20 years, and he's excited with the continuing growth of his new Mega Power race motor building program. It doesn't matter what color your chassis is, choose Mega Power to get to the front. For more information, click over to leadingedgemotorsports.com and find them on Facebook. At Leading Edge Motorsports, winning never gets old. It all started in 1994 when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin. Now back to the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Welcome back live here from AMR Homestead-Miami Motorplex, presented by MG Tires. PSL Karting Pro Shifter and Master Shifter lining up on the grid now. Brent Cruz, Devin Smith-Harden in Pro Shifter. Smith-Harden had an issue, pulled him in early in the pre-final. He'll line up alongside Cruz for the main and got the whole shot to begin the pre-final, so hopefully he can do that again as Cruz in only his second ever shifter national start. He's got 3 shifter races under his belt, including a regional event back at the end of 2020. Now that they're all lined up, we'll go to the lights, and we're green. Following our PSL Karting Pro Shifter and Master Shifter final, we'll move into our X30 Junior class, then X30 Master, and then, of course, our headline division, X30 Senior, will be coming up afterwards. Good hole shot this time for Brent Cruz, though, over Devin Smith-Harden. Freddie Remrev able to get the same over Skitchy Barnes, where he lost that whole shot back in the pre-final. But Barnes right there, looking inside in the carousel. No, sir. Remrev will hold here in Master, and Brent Cruz 5 car lengths out in front of Devin Smith-Harden here in Pro Shifter. He'll lead the way as they go down the backstretch to put 1 lap in the books, this time by the stripe. 22 laps in total. It'll mean 21 laps to go for PSO Karting Pro and Master Shifter. 12 laps in, 10 laps to go here in PSL Karting Pro and Master Shifter. Brent Cruz has edged out a gap over Devin Smith-Harden, and he has added to it every single lap. 2.5 seconds back to the Harden Motorsports Group driver. Freddie Remrev has done the same over Scott Sketchy Barnes in a great battle they had in the pre-final. He has pulled a good ways away from Barnes, and Ken Schilling made the first 5 laps. Unfortunately, was unable to make it past lap number 6. Had to pull in early. The Master Shifter driver will retire with a 3rd place result. X30 Junior is on the grid. Those guys will be next up, and then it'll be X30 Master, and then main event time for the X30 Seniors later on here. For now, though, we stay green with Pro Shifter and Master Shifter presented by PSL Karting. 8.5 laps to go for Leading Edge Motorsports Formula K driver Brent Cruz. Coming to the white flag this time by Brent Cruz, setting quick time after quick time as the race moved on. He set his best lap of the race all the way on lap number 18, 46.522. Just putting an absolute stomping here on the field for PSL Karting Pro and Master Shifter. 5.8 seconds back to Devin Smith-Harden in second. Freddie Remrev still leads the way in Master Shifter over Skitchy Barnes by a good margin also. Here with just one lap remaining. X30 Junior is on the grid. Again, they will be getting started as soon as this Pro and Shifter Master event wraps up. We're running pretty close to about on schedule, even with, unfortunately, a couple of medical emergencies on the racetrack. But as we go around here, Brent Cruz down the backstretch, final time. What a dominating performance here. He will do it once again. Brent Cruz wins round 3 in Pro Shifter. Devin Smith-Harden will come across to finish in second, and Freddie Remrev, barring any mechanical issues here, is going to get himself nicely set into the points going into Sunday in the Master Shifter division. The LD Racing CRG driver takes the win here in the Master Shifter class. We'll take a short break here, have a word from our partners, and come back live from the Team Cooper Tire Tower in Homestead-Miami for 3 more main events still to come. X30 Junior, X30 Master, and X30 Senior.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Allenberg Racing Schools, Parolin USA, Kart Sport North America, and Cooper Tires. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experience. Now back to the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
So Leonardo Hassan, Jeremy Fletcher, and the crew on the power, looking down to turn number 1. We're underway. 22 drivers here. They're all going to make it through nicely. Oh, one driver turned around in the lead pack in turn number 2. Who did we have just get turned over in turn 2? That's Paul Bocuse going around. He has gotten back going all the way at the tail end of the pack, and an already done early ending to the day here for Paul Bocuse's race-winning hopes. Max Garcia has had a heck of a start to go into second. Jacob Collard to third. Jeremy Fletcher back to fourth. Rowan Gill is fifth. Noah Baker is sixth. Jack Jeffers seventh. Paul Bocuse able to quickly catch up to the end of the train. Unfortunately, again, the best he'll probably be able to do is crack back into the top 10, but you never know. Battle for second. Jacob Kolar, your pole sitter in qualifying, overshoots it in the final turn. Garcia with the crossover. Here comes Jeremy Fletcher to go with him. Kolar back to fourth. Noah Baker going by Rowan Gill to get into the top 5. So Baker moves up a spot. Leonardo Hassan walked away in the pre-final. Can he do the same here in the main event? Got a gap and held it. Here comes Jeremy Fletcher. Right to the bumper. Looking inside on Max Garcia. He's through. Jacob Kolar still having to defend from Noah Baker. Baker trying, looking inside into 9. He's going to, leave the nose in and then have to back out of it. Good defensive driving from Jacob Kolar to hold the spot for now, but Jeremy Fletcher now leads the train, trying to catch back up to the Med-Step Racing Tony Kart of Leonardo Hassan. Here comes Rowan Gill. Mistake from Noah Baker and not taking full advantage of Jacob Kolar. Half a lap ago, he loses 2 spots by turn 1 as Aiden Ingrata follows Gill on through. Jack Jeffers is right there. Baker now going to cover the inside. He'll start defending to hold that spot, try and fight that backwards momentum. An update here for Kai Sorensen. Had to start tail end on the field. Up already a handful of spots. Got a lot more to go, though. He had a ground wire failure. The wire completely snapped coming out of turn number 11 in the pre-final, running 5th. Now trying to claw his way back forward. Paul Bocuse trying to do the same thing, trying to get back up into the mix here, salvage some good points. Take that back here. Paul Bocuse pulled it in, so already done day for Paul Bocuse. And a rough run for the Speed Concepts racing driver. Up front, Jacob Kolar went by Max Garcia. Garcia answering right back in turn 4. He'll reclaim the 3rd spot. And these two drivers who have a lot of experience fighting each other locally at this racetrack are going to fight again. Kolar in turn 5. This time, he'll clear him and start to get to pull away. Rowan Gill now to the bumper, looking on Garcia, through. Ingrata will come as well. They're all freight training the 759. Baker gets through. Jack Jeffers as well, also by Max Garcia. All by fighting a little bit harder with Kolar for 3rd. Loses another 4 spots. Out of turn 4 for Leonardo Hassan, it is just Jeremy Fletcher. Again, back in January, it was Fletcher versus Paul Bocuse for the win, going the other direction. Bocuse again out, getting turned around off the start in turn number 2, pulled into the pit lane with an issue here a lap ago. It's just Fletcher, and that's going to give him a massive boost in the point standings. Going into tomorrow should make things pretty easy and laid back if he can salvage another top 2 run. But you know Jeremy is wanting to come out with another checkered flag. 5 karts back from Leonardo Hassan. If he wants it, he's going to have to claw his way to it himself. Kai Sorensen has now gotten through the majority of the mid-pack. He is trying to catch up to this group of about 4th and 5th on backwards. Jacob Kolar is still 3rd. Rowan Gill 4th. That train goes all the way back to Salim Hanna, and then now Kai Sorensen just at the edge of your top 12. Hanna running right behind Cameron Brinkman in the 799, Team FMS Merlin. Jeremy Fletcher is inching his way towards Leonardo Hassan here for the lead. Sees that gap go from 5 kart lengths down to 4. And he closes up here. He's looking a little bit more narrow through turn 5. Suffers slightly on the exit, but I think he nets about a half kart length in total. Little move there from Michael Costello. He gets by Jack Jeffers that time. Max Garcia also got by a couple of them all while we were focusing back behind and in front of him. He's gotten past Aiden Ingrata, but Noah Baker with a nice little gap from Garcia and crew. Then it is Rowan Gill in fourth, and again Jacob Kolar in third. Standout weekend here for the Mike Doty Racing entry of Rowan Gill. Been making steady progress over the last 2 seasons on the national scene. Ended last year running near the top 10 in a couple of major events, and now he is inside the top 5 in the main event, trying to hunt down a first career podium. Oh, a little contact here with Aiden Ingrata and Jack Jeffers. Looked like they bang wheels there through turns 1 and 2. Michael Costello had just gone down the inside on Jeffers, or on Ingrata. Now Ingrata's going to lose another couple spots. Kai Sorensen trying to get by. Michael Costello trying to go as well. So Ingrata, Brinkman now side by side with Sorensen. They're all stacking up behind the Canadian. And through turn number 8, Brinkman now going to come under fire from Sorensen if he can't get by. They all stack up there from 8th or so on back. It's given a big gap to Jack Jeffers and Michael Costello, so they're now in the clear. Meanwhile, Jeremy Fletcher inching his way up here to Leonardo Hassan. 3 kart lengths back now by turn 1. Oh, look at this gaggle down to turn 1. Oh, nearly contacted an entire lane trying to get by Cameron Brinkman. And he's going to have to give way. He loses 3 spots. They all check up behind him, and they're all going to go every which way around the 799. Look at the run here for Jeremy Fletcher, though. Just scratching and clawing every way he can to try and close that gap more to Leonardo Hassan. Jacob Kolar is still running lap times, I believe that's a little quicker than Hassan also, as we work towards the second half of our main event. This could very quickly become a 1, 2, 3, and maybe even 6-car fight, going all the way back to Max Garcia, as Noah Baker is slowly closing up a little bit here to Rowan Gill for 4th. We'll get the cross flags this time by. 11 in, 11 to go. Here comes Fletcher. Close as he's been all race. Is he going to try and stuff him right as he's gotten to him? Will he wait? He's going to wait through 9 at least. So that'll make us have 11 laps completed at the stripe. 11 laps to go. Still plenty of time if Fletcher can stay there to battle. Jacob Kolar, though, a 10th quicker than Hassan last time by. He has consistently been chipping away at the lead. 1 second back for the kid from Key West. And here we go to turn 1. Jeremy Fletcher for the lead is through. Jeremy Fletcher to the lead. Jacob Kolar now only 5 karts back from Leonardo Hassan as they go for turn 4. Now in the pre-final, Leonardo Hassan and Jeremy Fletcher went back a number of times before eventually Fletcher got caught out battling for second. It allowed Hassan to get away. We'll see if Leo decides he wants to battle again for the lead or if he will follow. Right now, 1 car length back is too far for him to fight him. They go to turn 9. Fletcher, great exit there out of the carousel. They'll pull it to 2 kart lengths now. Leo Hassan with some great top-end speed closes up at the end of these straightaways. He's going to have a run on him. Push him down to turn number 1. He won't go by just yet, but Jacob Kolar, 48.766 last time by. Fastest driver on the racetrack up until Kai Sorensen came across the line at a 48.72, but Sorensen buried in the field right now. Leo Hassan with a big mistake that time through turn number 5. Gave up a lot of ground to Jeremy Fletcher. Jacob Kolar, though, looking for a breakthrough victory. This would be huge here at his home racetrack, home turf. He's got his father here working on the go-karting, and they are one of a few father-son duos. So cool to see. They run that operation by themselves with the RS kart, getting some help from the IPK factory. He still was able to go another 1/10 of a second faster than Jeremy Fletcher, so if he can get by Leo Hassan and get there, he'll have a shot. But Hassan, great run there through turn 3, closing back up to the 7.22. Into turn 5 again, Jacob Kolar all over the 786. Behind him, we have changed up for 4th tremendously. Max Garcia has gone by both Rowan Gill and Noah Baker. So the Will Power Kart driver, the next in line, leading that group of 3. Then it's Jack Jeffers' group with Michael Costello. And again, Kai Sorensen started dead last. He is now in the top 10 with a shot to get as high as 7th, potentially 4th if they battle more ahead of him. Again, another big run down the front stretch for Leonardo Hassan. He'll just push, work together for the moment with Jeremy Fletcher as Jacob Kolar gets ever so close here to the leaders. Will Hassan go for it? It looked like he had a little shimmy in the braking zone in turn 4. Maybe he's having some second thoughts of working together, because they are certainly not pulling away from race leader, from 3rd place, Jacob Kolar. Out of the final corner, Jeremy Fletcher with a little mistake. Here comes Hassan to the inside. Turn 1, Kolar trying to follow, ships him over the curbing. I don't know if Hassan overdid it or Kolar gave him a little love tap, but Jacob Kolar now to the lead. Hassan back to 3rd. A bump and run by the kid from Key West now puts him up front. Hassan got marbles on his tires going wide. Jeremy Fletcher 2nd now, 2 kart lengths back. And Jacob Kolar had so much speed. I hope he doesn't end up suffering a penalty for that move there in turn number 1. That was very close. Didn't need to get too close, but again, it was hard to tell if there was contact. Hassan might have been able to just get in a little too deep and go off on his own. Either way, that really shook up the 786. He is about 7 or 8 tenths back from the leaders right now. Jeremy Fletcher back on the offensive, closing up to Jacob Kolar as they go through the first corner. Kai Sorensen with another move. Just got by Jack Jeffers for the 7th spot. So Sorensen looking for more. He does seem to be a little bit quicker than the group ahead of him with Max Garcia, Rowan Gill, and Noah Baker. Not too far back either, only about a second to make up. This is a great points recovery here for Kai Sorensen. Again, a winner of the one of the opening rounds here of the SCUSA Winter Series, then got onto the podium and was running up front throughout the entire opening weekend. To have that ground wire failure, that could easily have thrown today away, but he has done a great job salvaging it. And now back up front, Jeremy Fletcher having retaken the lead. Kolar back to 2nd. Missed that for just a moment, but Jeremy Fletcher, Jacob Kolar hooked up once again with Fletcher out in front. Hassan is still 1 second back. Another 1.5 seconds to Max Garcia's group. Kai Sorensen trying to reel them all in, needing a little more battling ahead of him to do so. And Jacob Kolar knows he has the card with the speed to challenge for the win. I don't know when he'll want to make another move to go back on Fletcher. 4 laps to go this time by. This X30 Junior main event winding down. Jeremy Fletcher, Jacob Kolar, again, your top 2. Leo Hassan in no man's land in 3rd. Max Garcia, comfortable gap back to Rowan Gill, gap from Gill back to Baker, and a gap that is shrinking from Noah Baker back to Kai Sorensen. 4 to go here in Homestead. Oh, a little contact further back in the field. We've had a couple drivers really getting aggressive with each other outside of your top 10. There have been quite a few penalties that Bo Barfield and John Majewski have been calling for swerving down the front straightaway and down the backstretch from 11 to 12. Driver will see someone to their inside, look over, not want them to be on their inside anymore, and turn right down into them. 3 laps to go, though. Jeremy Fletcher just getting pushed around the racetrack here by Jacob Kolar. Kai Sorensen only 3 karts back from Noah Baker. He should be able to fight for 6th. May or may not be able to get up into the top 5, though. It just depends how quick he can make work of the Super Tuned Tony kart. Whoa, we got one spun around here. Tom Shoecraft around coming onto the front straightaway in the 713. Rough run there for Tom Shoecraft. Looked like he just high-sided on the exit curbing coming onto the front straightaway, but he is out of the car. Okay, no problem. We stay green. 2 to go. Jeremy Fletcher going to the bottom already. He wants to block from Kolar. Can Kolar cross him up? Fletcher moved up the racetrack there as well. He's got to be very careful. I know Sebastian Garzone, I think, suffered a penalty in the mini class for the same type of move. And Kolar late on the brakes into turn 4. Stuffs it down the inside. Jacob Kolar to the lead over to turn 5. He'll move up, though. He opens the door. Fletcher back down the inside. He gets there. Here comes Leonardo Hassan. Max Garcia and Rowan Gill see this ahead of them. They're trying to get to the fight as well. A lap and a half to go. Here comes Kolar again in 9. He's got him. Jeremy Fletcher makes contact. They go side by side at 10. Leo Hassan to the inside. He's going to get both of them. White flag coming this time by. Leo Hassan to the lead. Fletcher back to 3rd. Kolar is 2nd. Leo Hassan now gets to go to the inside and try to block. X30 Junior going down to the wire. Kolar trying to cross over to 2. He can't. Here comes Garcia's group. They are all jammed up behind turn 3. Over to turn 4. Hassan to the inside. Kolar has to go down and block. Fletcher can try the crossover. It'll pull him side by side with Kolar. Into 5. Hassan to the inside. Kolar goes to the middle. Crossover. Gets a little help from Fletcher. Here comes the momentum. He hits the curb. He isn't there. Gill, look at Kai Sorensen to the outside. Into the top 5. Looking for 4th. Leo Hassan is just backing up every single corner. He is slamming the brakes when they get to the apex. Kolar going to get one more shot at him. Final turn. Here comes Hassan down the back straightaway. No chance. Leo Hassan looks like he's got this one. He'll win round 3. Leo Hassan in the catbird seat for that fight with Jacob Kolar and Jeremy Fletcher. And when they both went wide, Hassan cut underneath both of them in turns 10 and 11 to get the lead, and then backed them up, blocked as hard as he could on that final lap. What a recovery drive also, by the way, for the Paralympic USA Junior driver Kai Sorensen. Coming all the way up through the field from dead last after a ground wire failure in the pre-final. He ends 4th, gets Max Garcia at the very end, 18 positions, and ends up only 8/10 back from the winner, Leonardo Hassan. Unbelievable stuff from Kai Sorensen. That wraps up your X30 Junior main event. We are now going to be moving on to the X30 Masters here in just a moment, and the X30 Senior after that. We'll be right back here with another brief break, live on the EKN Radio Network from AMR Homestead-Miami Motorplex.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Allenberg Racing Schools, Paralympic USA, Kart Sport North America, and Cooper Tires. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and Miami, and we're your source for MG and Iveco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. We take pride in our professional approach and our positive attitude. Let us build a custom race program for you. Give us a call at 513-421-4463 or check us out online at trinitykartinggroup.com.
Are you ready to make the jump from karting to race cars? Then check out the top-rated Allenberg Racing Schools at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, led by former Formula One World Championship driver Alan Berg. Whether you're starting a racing career, looking for a new adventure, honing your driving skills, or seeking an unforgettable experience driving the world-famous corkscrew, our team of professional coaches and proven curriculum will provide you with everything you need to drive our race cars to the limit. Programs in 2021 include 1-day, 2-day, and 3-day schools. Successful graduates earn their certification to apply for a SCCA racing license. For schedules and more information, check out our website, allenbergracingschools.com, or call us at 888-722-3220. Custom group and corporate programs also available.
Now back to the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
So welcome back here. X30 Master presented by Orsilon Racing on the racetrack now. X30 Senior, all drivers, we're going to go about 5 to 10 minutes early. So go ahead and start rolling up to the grid. X30 Senior will roll early here to make sure that we've got plenty of daylight to get this main event in. So again, X30 Senior drivers, your grid is open. You'll be rolling 5 to 10 minutes early as soon as we get clear with X30 Master. Orsilon Racing X30 Master has been dominated by one Orsilon Racing driver in particular, Renato Yater David. He's got them on pole, lined up, looking, green flag in the air, and we're underway down to turn one. Good jump off the line for Renato Yater David. He's got the nice lead over William Isaias. Couple kart lengths between them. Then Miguel Meyer into third. Luis Cordero slots into fourth, it looks like. We'll get the full order when they come by the stripe this time. But your Orsilon Racing X30 Masters with a little cleaner start than what we saw in the pre-final. And Renato Yater David, the 525 Orsilon Racing Tony Kart, leads the way. Good lap that time by for Miguel Meyer in the Crosslink Competition X-Spree. Your top three have pulled about 2 seconds back, nearly 3 to Luis Cordero, Alex Soncini, and Michael Ariema, as well as Francisco Marquez. Cordero kind of running about 2 seconds split between them in fourth, but the top three drivers spread out by about 5 to 6 tenths of a second right now. David leads, but he was not the quickest last time by. That honor went to Miguel Meyer, 49.022. William Isaias was also just a tick quicker than the race leader. So they've got a shot at running down David, but they need to continue to match that pace. And I'm not sure how consistent they can be because they're going up against one of the most consistent X30 Master drivers we have ever seen. This time by, 16 to go. What do the laps look like? 49.100 for David, 49.110 for Miguel Meyer. So he did hold even that time after closing a 10th, but he didn't close any further. Once again, here a quick note for all of our X30 Senior drivers. You guys will be rolling off the grid about 5 to 10 minutes early, so make sure you're rolling onto the grid now. Again, X30 Senior, go ahead and get up onto the grid. You guys will be rolling about 5 to 10 minutes early. It is still a game of inches up front, but Miguel Meyer is closing just a little bit here to William Isaias. They both just need a tiny bit more to be able to challenge Renato Yater David, who has not put a single wheel wrong yet this weekend. Again, phenomenal driving here from the Orsilon Racing driver. He was only 5/1000ths off his previous lap time at a 1:15 and then a 1:10. At the line, 13 laps to go. 9 complete for X30 Master, presented by Orsilon. 49.12 again. Within 5/1000ths of his previous lap, within 200ths of his best lap of the session. It is just within 1/10 of his best lap of the session. Just unbelievable how consistent Renato Yater David is able to do, especially on a racetrack like AMR Motorplex, where you are pounding these curbs and jumping into the air. It is so tough to be consistent in just a single corner hitting the curbs the same way. He is doing that over the course of a 50-second lap, 49-second to be exact. 49.120. So that added another 10th to his gap. It is still another couple 3/10ths from William Isaias to Miguel Meyer, but Meyer's closing even more so now. Only 2 karts back as they come down the straightaway. So he might be able to get up and fight with William Isaias in the international motorsport entry. Knocking that gap down to just under 2/10ths with a couple hundredth advantage. 5 laps to go here for our Ursuline Racing X30 Master. Renato Yater-David, 2.3 seconds up on William Isaias and Miguel Meyer. He has just inched that gap every single lap. We've been talking about how consistent he has been. He is still laying down lap times within 1/10 to 2/10 of his best. The drivers behind them are trying to stay consistent as well. You know, you can't really fault Miguel Meyer or William Isaias. They have been trying to put together good laps, and they have been. They have been pulling away substantially from the rest of the field. They just need another 1/10 of a second to fight with Renato Yater-David. 22 laps. We've got 18 in the books, of course. 3.5 remaining. This is also, of course, a final reminder to our X30 Senior grid to make your way up to the front. Again, X30 Senior, you guys will be going about 5 to 10 minutes early. That class going to be entertaining to watch. We've got some big names having to come from the back of the field. Sebastian Montoya qualified 3rd today. Had a flat tire while battling for the lead. He was the only driver to get in front of Ryan Norberg in the pre-final. He'll have to ride from P34 on the grid here for the main. So one driver definitely to try and make some moves. With 2.5 laps remaining for Renato Yater-David, he's still showing no signs of slowing down. Put another 1/10 of a second back on William Isaias, who is going to have to deal with Miguel Meyer and just lost the battle, actually, to him. Meyer just got by. Miguel Meyer in the 577 has been stalking William Isaias all race long, has just gone through into second. 2 laps to go at the stripe this time, and he's got a kart length and a half cushion back. So that moves him up 1 spot higher on the podium. Then it is Luis Cordero, who has got about a 3 to 4 second buffer back to Michael Auriemma and Alex Soncini. Dan Breitenside rides in 7th. Francisco Marquez 8th. Wilmer Valentin Jr. 9th. And Ivan Lozano is in 10th. Halil Hanna waited out for the main event. Ended up having to pull in. And Breitner Hernandez with the same deal back in 11th and 12th. So 2 drivers. We didn't really get to see much of the pre-final. Issues have plagued them here in the main also. But 2 to go for race leader Renato Yater-David. He's finally starting to slow down just a little bit, equaling the pace of Miguel Meyer as of last time by. Now, in for second here, Meyer has pulled an extra kart length back over William Isaias, so that might be enough for him to hold on to second and not have to worry about defending on this final lap. We'll find out here in about 10 seconds or so. White flag coming here for Renato Yater-David, staying perfect, keeping that streak alive from 2018, 19, 2020, 2021 here. One more lap around, another perfect day in the works for the Ursuline Racing driver and the Ursuline Racing sponsored X30 Master class. Here comes the battle for 5th. There's Michael Auriemma. Alex Soncini just had his best lap of the race. I don't think he was close enough to fight him down in turn 1, but they will inevitably start going at it here pretty soon when they get to the back hairpin turn 4. Miguel Meyer this time, once he got clear, actually started to run a little bit better. He just ran within 1/10 of his best lap. If he would have been able to get by Isaiah sooner, or maybe he was just waiting to turn on the afterburners once he got by him to get away. Either way, though, second will be all he can muster because Renato Yater-David, another checkered flag here in Homestead. Meyer finishes second at the line. Isaias 3rd to complete the podium. Here comes Luis Cordero. He will finish P4, and Michael Auriemma will round the top 5, holding back a hard-charging Alex Soncini here at the end of the main event. One more class to go. Our true main event for the Winter Series is the X30 Senior class. 35 drivers. Ryan Norberg trying to break through, end the dry spell, and get himself officially back to the top step of the podium in Superkarts USA national level competition. He leads the field to the green here next, live on the EKN Radio Network.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Allenberg Racing Schools, Parolin USA, Kart Sport North America, and Cooper Tires. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry, with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com.
Located in Mooresville, North Carolina, on-site at GoPro Motorplex, Kart Sport North America features over 6,000 square feet of retail space. Along with being the official race team and distributor for the Kart Republic chassis, they offer full retail sales, kart service and storage, and products from the top brands in the sport such as CZ Chain, Talon Sprockets, SKF bearings, and Prisma tire gauges. If you want to take your racing to the next level, they also offer driver training and coaching programs available trackside at GoPro Motorplex. They have a massive inventory, so head to their online store at kartsportna.com to get same-day shipping of the parts and components that you need. While you're there, check out their used section of karts, engines, parts, and accessories. Kart Sport North America, top quality products, winning brands, and professional driver development services.
Leading Edge Motorsports is the industry answer to winning in karting. At the helm is industry veteran Greg Bell, who has orchestrated the success of many drivers dating back to the mid-1990s. Most recently, Leading Edge Motorsports and Greg Bell helped guide Danny Formel to victory at both the Rock the Rio and the Superkarts USA Super Nationals 23. Based in Lodi, California, Leading Edge Motorsports is the Western importer for IP karting, which includes the Praga and Formula K chassis brands. Leading Edge Motorsports is already looking forward to the 2021 season, which begins with the Challenge of the Americas, the premier winter series on the West Coast under the Rock Cup USA banner. Leading Edge Motorsports is also eyeing the Florida Winter Tour and several other programs. Arrive and drive services to kart preparation and driver coaching are all available under the LEM tent throughout 2021. Greg Bell has been building racing engines for over 20 years, and he's excited with the continuing growth of his new Mega Power race motor building program. It doesn't matter what color your chassis is, choose Mega Power to get to the front. For more information, click over to leadingedgemotorsports.com and find them on Facebook. At Leading Edge Motorsports, winning never gets old. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolynUSA.com. Now back to the Superkarts USA Winter Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at AMR Motorplex, presented by MG Tires in Homestead, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Homestead-Miami here. We are back for the final main event of the day. Saturday, SCUSA Winter Series. We're going counterclockwise. We saw a chess match at full speed in the pre-final. Ryan Norberg played that one about as smartly as he could. But again, as we talked about with Arias Dukmedjan in the KA100 Senior pre-final, when you dominate like that early in the day and they get the chance to start right alongside you or be right on your rear bumper, they are going to absolutely try and send you backwards. So Ryan Norberg, he's an experienced driver, of course, 4-time SCUSA Pro Tour champion, multi-time national karting race winner. He has been in this position plenty of times before. He knows exactly what to expect, and he is one of the greats of the current generation. Arias Dukmedjan has been his kryptonite so far. At least the two of them have gone head-to-head. And in the last couple times, it's been Dukmedjan winning on Sunday and both of them losing back on Saturday for the opener. Norberg is 2 points ahead of him in the championship. With the pre-final win, he's going to pull a little bit further ahead, try to close up to championship leader Aaron Benoit, who starts in the mid-teens after a dismal qualifying run. A lot of work to be done for the U-Race Tony Kart driver. But up front, Ryan Norberg, Arias Dukmedjan, rookie Connor Zilish, Diego Ramos. We are in the tram lines looking for a clean start, and we get it. Green flag. Look at the jump by Sebastian Montoya all the way around the outside. He probably picked off, and he's into the barriers. One driver into the barriers. Montoya got popped in the air as well, trying to figure out who we've got over in the outside retaining wall. Good start, though, for the leader, Ryan Norberg. Connor Zilish to second. Dukmedjan is third. Thomas Annunziata went to fourth. He's going to lose that. Diego Ramos is through. Oh, big contact in the midfield. Brent Cruz, that's your championship leader. Aaron Benoit involved in an incident over in turn 5. The 325 of Aaron Benoit with a problem over in turn 5. Also, Thomas Neveau with an issue. He's dropping back, losing a lot of spots as well. Chaos here in the opening lap. Ryan Norberg leads them down to turn 1. Sebastian Montoya is already about halfway up the field. I don't know what they're going to say about his start, but he waited till the green flag and then ended up going. They were still filing in the tram lines when they took the green regardless. But look at the run here. The newly signed Nitro Kart OTK USA driver, rookie Connor Zilish, challenging the 4-time national champion. Through turns 7 and 8, he's closing up. Dukmedjan is there. Diego Ramos trying to close also. Again, Aaron Benoit, the points leader, got involved in that incident in the first lap, battling in the midfield. He is trying to go forward. He's on top of Thomas Neveau, and Neveau is off the racetrack. That's way back in the field, though. Back up front, Norberg, 1 kart length ahead of Zilish as they go to turn 1. Ryan Norberg has trained about half the drivers in this field, one of them being Connor Zilish. Spent a lot of time together back before Norberg even was signed with RPG or PSL Karting. He worked with Gary Willis and the Team Felon Racing Group. Right around the same time, Connor Zilish was in Micro. And now a kid he's trained in Micro and Mini is racing head-to-head with him here in Senior, both of them as fully sponsored factory drivers. Through turns 7 and 8, Zilish is all over the rear bumper of Norberg. And if he doesn't make a move soon, Arias Dukmedjan and Diego Ramos certainly will. They are coming 3rd and 4th. 5th place on the racetrack, Thomas Annunziata, another rookie. Very impressive here this weekend. Then it's going to be Matias Ramirez and Branyan Tyner. Biggs in the number 369 with a good run out of the final corner. He'll go right to the rear of the 341. Hannah Greenemeyer and Nathan Cicero run 8th and 9th. Tyler McIntyre, another rookie inside the top 10. Nice little gap for the Motorsport Burrell Art. And there we go, battle for second. I mentioned if Connor Zilish didn't go to the lead soon, he was going to lose second. Dukmedjan now to P2, 1 car length back from Ryan Norberg. Arias Dukmedjan here now going to look for that pass pretty early. He had so much speed on practice day. How long will he wait behind Norberg? They are stacking up behind the 348. Little mistake there for Dukmedjan in turn 9. It won't cost him a ton of time, though. We are still good as they go down the back straightaway, and Zilish runs wide. Here comes Diego Ramos for 3rd. Thomas Annunziata trying to get by. Zilish will crowd him down. He'll hold on to 4th. That mistake is not what Connor Zilisch needed here this early on. And as they go towards turn number 4 here, 3 car lengths between second and third. Arias Duke-Medjen, Ryan Norberg. We've seen this before going the other way. And of course, Arias Duke-Medjen is solid in February. He got a round win here last year in the Winter Series to close it off. Zilisch that time went back on Ramos in turn 5. He's going to try and lead them forward. That little mistake in 11 cost him time, cost him a lap running behind. Now he's got to work his way back to your top 2. Arias Duke-Medjen closing back into a car length back, but Ryan Norberg starting to feel the flow, looking good out in front. Again, Matias Ramirez right there on Thomas Annunziata. Breakout weekend again for Annunziata as well. He's a standout X30 Junior star. Had a rough run for opening weekend in January, but now he's going to come under fire. Ramirez to the inside in turn 4. Oh, and Zilisch off the racetrack. Another mistake out of the Nitro Kart driver. I don't know if it's the nerves getting to him or what. Here comes Ramirez. They go door to door. Ramirez now going to get put to the outside. Annunziata gets through. Now Ramirez 3 wide, and they nearly come together. Matias Ramirez to 4th. Annunziata left the door barely open. He falls down to 7th. Big time gap now for Diego Ramos, and a big gap for your top 2. Arias Duke-Medjen right there on the bumper to the inside for the lead. Ryan Norberg back to 2nd. Arias Duke-Medjen your leader through turn 3. Here comes Norberg right back on him. He wants to lead this one. He does not want to let Duke-Medjen get away. He goes back through in turn 4, and now to turn 5, a half cart length lead. Again, no love lost. They both feel like they should have won round number 1. Duke-Medjen got the win in round 2, but that penalty that he served in round 1 for the contact with both Norberg and also for Alessandro Di Tullio cost him a good chunk of points. So he is trying to make up ground. Again, Norberg with that pre-final win is looking pretty good. Sebastian Montoya with the issues in the pre-final has certainly lost 2nd place in the championship right now. It's Norberg versus Duke-Medjen. Connor Zilisch trying to fight back. There he goes on Hannah Greenemeyer. Turn 1, got him. Or got her, I should say. Greenemeyer loses another spot. Cicero gets through, her teammate. The next driver in line, Tyler McIntyre. And again, while the top 2 have begun to battle, Brazilian Diego Ramos kind of quietly minding his business there in 3rd. Matias Ramirez, a poor qualifying run, put him starting outside the top 10. The Speed Concepts Racing driver, P4. Brandon Tyner, P5. Thomas Annunziata, P6. And again, Zilisch, after the mistakes he's made, has dropped down to 7th. This is racing at the highest level. It took Arias Duke-Medjen a couple of seasons to really be able to be a top contender. He's been under the tutelage of the Zanella Racing Boys with Jose Naka Zanella, with Eric Jones in the last couple of years with Kart Sport North America. And of course, he's driven a couple times under the Will Power Kart brand as well, under the tutelage of the IndyCar champion. One driver hard on the outside retaining wall. Aiden Fox is out, and that is Aaron Benoit going to the scale line. Max Opolsky is out as well. But your championship leader, Aaron Benoit, to the pit lane with damage suffered here in this final. It has gone from bad to worse for what has been a breakout series here for the 3rd-year senior driver. Down the front stretch again, Diego Ramos trying to close up. Arias Duke-Medjen just shoving Ryan Norberg around, but Ramos is closing in on your top 2. He could definitely be a spoiler in what has been the Norberg and Duke-Medjen show. And again, Matias Ramirez's group, they're going to battle again. Here comes Biggs to the inside. Brandon Tyner to 4th, and Ramirez getting shuffled off to the wayside as Annunziata tried to go. Now Zilisch will go down the inside, and Duke-Medjen for the lead. Arias Duke-Medjen, while we were focusing back, went through in turn 5. So now Arias Duke-Medjen back to the top spot. Ryan Norberg 2nd. Again, Diego Ramos quietly working his way to the leaders. He sits 3rd. Ryan Norberg is going back on the power. You can see his hands were very much at work. I don't know if he likes the way his kart is handling or he is just driving that hard right now through turn 12. But he is definitely digging. Does not want to let Arias Duke-Medjen get away. And Diego Ramos knows this as well. He's going to try and take his time, work together with him, not let him get away, I believe, as they go to turn 5. 1 car length between all 3 of them. What a great exit off the bottom end for Ryan Norberg. He's going to get close into the carousel. Might be able to do something in turn 9, but he can't this time. Down the backstretch there, Norberg ran a little bit wide, and Duke Medjan going for more top-end power. You can see the power difference they had in the pre-final. Norberg a little bit better coming out of the hairpins. Duke Medjan a little bit better coming onto the end of the front straightaway and the end of the back straightaway. Driver on the move through the field. Alex Stanfield, another driver with a dismal qualifying effort. He's now into the top 10, chasing down Hannah Greenemeyer. Just got by fellow rookie Tyler McIntyre. Behind your top 3, Brandon Tyner under pressure from Connor Zilish. Zilish is through for 4th. Annunziata sits 6th. Matias Ramirez has fallen down to 7th. Under fire from Nathan Cicero and Greenemeyer now. But Arias Duke Medjan trying to hold the lead. Ryan Norberg trying to close back up. Just digging, slowing that kart sideways over the curbing through turn 12 with everything he's got. They both pulled away a little from Diego Ramos that time, but it's a game of inches. 2 drivers on the absolute top of their game right now. Ryan Norberg and Arias Duke Medjan and Diego Ramos, who we didn't get to see in action at opening weekend, putting a very impressive drive together right now as he sits in 3rd. All that said, still a lot of racing to come here in this X30 Senior main. Here goes Hannah Greenemeyer, clear down the inside of her teammate, Nathan Cicero. Move Greenemeyer up another position. That'll give Matias Ramirez a little more time. 12 laps complete, 10 to go in the 22-lap X30 Senior final. Make it 9 to go. Norberg, a little closer now. And Arias Duke Medjan with a frantic look over the shoulder. Norberg not going away. Ramos is not either. Connor Zilish and Brandon Tyner are a good ways back, but if they fight again up front, they have finally sorted out their differences, may be able to run back to your top 3. Duke Medjan 1.5 kart lengths away from Ryan Norberg when they go through turns 7 and 8. Black flag coming here for a couple lap drivers on the back straightaway. They're going to point them into the pits. We'll keep the lead battle nice and clean. Norberg now down to 1 kart length back when they go through turn 12. He is feeling pretty good. Half a kart length away down to turn number 1. This battle still far from over. 8 laps to go here in Homestead. And we have got a 3-driver fight up front. Here comes another pass. Matias Ramirez gets shuffled back by Hannah Greenemeyer. Greenemeyer through for 7th. Norberg with another good exit out of turn number 5 and 6. Diego Ramos starting to fade just a little bit, slipping backwards from the top 2. Taking a look at the lap times here, it looks like Connor Zilish and Brandon Tyner are putting together some decent ones. Now running 4th and 5th. Last time by, they were matching the pace of the leaders. 47.8s and 47.7s for all of them, including Thomas Annunziata. Out of turn 4 here, Norberg closer than he's been in a while. Over to turn 5, he's going to send it way deep on the brakes. Ryan Norberg to the lead. Duke Medjan goes door to door with him. They bang wheels. Norberg drops back to 2nd. That was a heavy-handed attempt there. Norberg knew Duke Medjan was starting to get away. He had to try something. Sent it from about a kart length and a half back into turn 5, the deepest braking zone on the racetrack. Now he has to go back to work once again, and Diego Ramos gets another sniff of draft. Norberg pounding the curbing through turns 1 and 2, trying to get deep on the brakes, trying to close up. Arias Duke Medjan keeping things calm and collected out front. He knows he's got a little bit better piece right now. And as they exit turn 4, 2 kart lengths now out in front, so he doesn't have to worry about a move like that once again. Norberg closing back in here on a good lap this time. Only 2 karts back, so he's made up a little more ground from what he lost with the pass attempt. And again, they were rubbing wheels. A little bit of rubber marks on the right side pod and left side pod of each go-kart. We've seen them both go head-to-head and not be afraid to trade paint or mess up their sticker kits on each other already this series. And again, both of them have to think big picture too. The points matter a lot to beating each other in this race, but if they both take each other out, that opens the door for a number of contenders here to get back into the title fight. Look at the run for Norberg out of 6 into 7. He is right there on Duke Medjin. Over to 9. Not there yet. Duke Medjin slowing back down. He has backed up to the bumper of Ryan Norberg in the infield section. He'll pull it back out through the 90s, but it's down to a kart length and a half now down the back straightaway. Ryan Norberg trying to close in once again. Diego Ramos there. Connor Zilish has pulled way away from Thomas Annunziata. While we focused up front, Hannah Greenemeyer's gone to 6th. Matias Ramirez to 7th. Tyler McIntyre update. Nate Cicero 9th. Alex Stanfield runs 10th. Norberg again closes in so much on the brakes into turn 5. Just needs to get that good exit out of 6. He is inching, hoping for a mistake out of Arias Duke Medjin, but Duke Medjin with so many laps here, he didn't even show up to practice until Friday back at round number 1. Was so confident in his piece, and when he showed up on Friday, then went ahead right to the top of the charts. Now a mistake out of Ryan Norberg. Just lost 2 kart lengths there out of turn number 11. Is not what Norberg needed there. He went way wide, got sucked over the extra turtles that got added onto the racetrack, the rumble strips that go perpendicular to the racing line, and it jumped his RPG Cosmic. You can tell he is pushing worse for wear, trying everything in the book to close back up to Duke Medjin. And they are pushing each other to the absolute limit. Diego Ramos with a 47.74 last time, his personal best. They are still lapping quicker than Connor Zilish and Thomas Annunziata. I talked with Norberg back on practice day after Arias Duke Medjin was able to rip out that lap every session that put him a 10th to 10th and a half up on the field. He said, me and Arias are the same speed, but at the end of the day, I think it's just the 2 of us right now, and it looks like it may be that way. 2 to go this time. Duke Medjin tucks his head behind the wheel. 2 car lengths ahead of Norberg. Again, this championship fight blown wide open with Aaron Benoit having a mechanical failure and pulling into the pit lane. With Sebastian Montoya only getting as high as about 10th, or only as high as 11th right now. He's giving up a lot of points. It's just going to be down to these 2. Norberg trying to hang in there, trying to not give up. He did not get a good run through turn 5 that time. And Arias Duke Medjin so strong here through turn number 9 in the 90s. The grip he has, the mid-range speed he's able to carry through turns 10 and 11, pulls that gap to 4 kart lengths. 1 lap to go. Arias Duke Medjin, Ryan Norberg. It's been an edge of your seats fight, and Norberg now 4 karts back to turn 1. What an absolutely stellar job here from Arias Duke Medjin all race long, not folding under pressure, going to the lead. 4 kart lengths out in front, nearly 5 to turn 5. Norberg is just not close enough. Diego Ramos still sits 3rd. Connor Zilish and Thomas Annunziata, an impressive running for the rookies so far to 4th and 5th. Big battle here for 7th as Matias Ramirez is trying to hang on, hold off Tyler McIntyre and company, but out in front, final time down the backstretch. No challenge from behind. Arias Duke Medjin wins back-to-back rounds of the Winter Series. A deflated Ryan Norberg across the line, and understandably so. So close, just didn't have enough. And at the line here, Matias Ramirez is going to hold off a driver he's personally trained, Tyler McIntyre at the stripe. Alex Stanfield was right there as well with Nate Cicero. We'll get you the full rundown here and the order as well as the debrief, of course, on eKartingNews.com. But what an unbelievable day of racing. Podium ceremonies will be taking place probably in about 45 minutes here at the base of the timing and scoring tower. Arias Duke Medjin, though, under pressure all race long, had to fend off a number of charges from all accounts, and of course mainly from his rivals so far this championship, Ryan Norberg. It is no question those 2 will be the favorites going into tomorrow. And based on what I can guesstimate, they will be the two top contenders in the championship points fight after we tally everything up from today. Duke Medjan, your winner, Norberg second, and Diego Ramos completes the podium in X30 Senior, presented by Rollison Performance Group. Again, we want to thank everyone who has tuned in here to the eKartingNews.com live stream, live on the EKN Radio Network. It's been a pleasure so far to fill in for the absent Rob Howden. Rob, we know it's a whole lot colder up in Canada. We've been having a great time down in the sun. Meet myself and David Cole. For everyone here with the Superkarts USA team and all of our racers, friends, family, and fans in the paddock area today, my name is Xander Clements. We will talk to you guys tomorrow morning.
Thank you for joining us from the Superkarts USA Winter Series in Homestead, Florida. Our EKN Trackside Live coverage, audio production, and social media was managed by David Cole. We were pleased to have Xander Clements providing the commentary. Big thank you to our broadcast partners this weekend: Allenberg Racing Schools, Kartsport North America, Parolin USA, and Team Cooper Tire. This EKN live broadcast is copyrighted by eKartingNews.com and the Howden Media Group. This is Rob Howden, and thank you for tuning in this weekend and throughout the entire 2021 season.